I'll do all right by myself, 'cause I know.
Yep. We don't care anymore what you say. Gosh, I'm so mad. Somebody killed Bill Collins. Thank you. I'm so mad. I was out and about earlier, and I took a dare, and I did a mobile pipe bomb podcast, and it didn't take. But there were people out there that were hearing me. They were listening to me, but it didn't record. And I'm so mad. I'm like, oh, my God, so mad. David was listening to me. There were something like 38 live listeners, and it didn't record. And I'm so mad. I'm so disappointed because it was, why do I hear an echo? Oh, I know. Let me turn that down. I was so mad. I'm telling you what. Welcome, Blog Talk Radio people. Welcome, Spreaker people. One and all, it is your queen, Debi Daly here, on the non-mobile, non-pipe bomb podcast. As Mr. Solutions once said.
I will say, just listening to you and just before you came on, I said, Debbie, you are a queen of Blog Talk Radio, for sure.
No, there are ruffians about. Thank you, Mr. Solution. And you are a king of Blog Talk Radio, for sure. We do have a special guest tonight, an extreme special guest. He is going to be coming in anytime, so we'll just sit here and bloviate and talk like we've always done. I once had one of my biggest haters tell me I was one of the best monologuers they'd ever known. Now, I could say some things, but I'm not going to because it's not in my nature. But I will tell you some of the things I did say on the mobile pipe bomb podcast that I did. I said, a lot of people rib Christians for being certain ways. They say, oh, well, if you were a Christian, you wouldn't do this. If you were a Christian, you wouldn't do that. If you were a Christian, you wouldn't do this. And what I have to say about that is the following. Many people throughout history that were some of the greatest Christians of all time, the Apostle Paul, King David, they did things that people that hang around Spreaker would say, there's no way that they're a Christian. Because people that aren't Christians think that people that are Christian should behave in a perfect manner, that they should never say curse words, they should never react to haters, they should never react to slanderous lies that are said about them, they should never react. They should just sit there and basically be a punching bag. And I don't believe that my God in heaven, where he lives, expects me to be a punching bag. And I was in a chat room earlier with Alan Wayne, and he was really coming on kind of strong, but the things he said were just ridiculous. It was all a bunch of lies, and we were actually having a pretty good time with the lulls that he was providing. And you know, these men around here, I wouldn't even call them men. If you compare yourself to my father, y'all aren't men. But these boys around here, around Spreaker, that come at me are just so fail that Vic and I just throw our hands up and just think it's ridiculous. It's not even worth addressing, is what I'm saying. The lies, it's not worth addressing in a one-by-one situation, which is why I don't. I do sometimes, but you know, I do what I want to do. I mean, they're chasing after me. I am not chasing after them. Well, in history, when being a Christian, the first thing that I am always reminded of is never mistake kindness for weakness. Just because somebody is seen as a kind person does not mean that they are a punching bag. They're not weak. I've never turned down a fight, even though I've never hit a human in my life ever. I've never been in a fist fight. I'm a lady. I've never been in a fist fight. I never will be. But when somebody comes at me through the internet and draws first blood at me and begins lying and saying all these stupid things, and then starts posting my docs everywhere like Alan Wayne did, I'm going to react to that. And he did fail at his failed attempt. He is now not doing his mobile podcast, whatever he calls it. And I have been married for quite a while. And I believe that qualifies me to know a little bit about marriage, how it works, how it doesn't work. I've seen a lot of marriages fail in my time. Mine remains strong to this moment. And I'm very proud of that. Some people succeed at marriage. Some people fail at marriage. And I'm very, very proud of that. I don't consider myself lucky. I consider myself knowing what I'm doing. I know my place, and I know how to take care of a man, and I know what they need, and they need respect, and they need to be taken care of. They need to see a clean home, an orderly family, because he looks at me as somebody that he married to basically run his family, to have his children, to run his home, to assist him in any way that I possibly can, and that's what I do. For years, I helped Victor run and set up a business that is extremely lucrative. The garbage that is talked about here on Spreaker about me is now being dealt with by two different people. It is now out of my hands. Part of it is being dealt with by Vic, and part of it is being dealt with by Spreaker. I actually sat down with Vic last night and wrote out a long email to Spreaker and mentioned a lot of things. And I already heard back from them. They are in receipt of it, and they are taking it into consideration because I made a lot of sense. I quoted a lot of the TOS. I quoted a lot of things. And I did tell them in part of it, which I would be happy to share with you guys out there. I know a lot of my listeners will probably stand up and cheer when they see that I finally did this. It says, in part, the Spreaker terms and conditions specify, in part, you agree not to defame, harass, abuse, threaten, stalk, or defraud users of the platform or collect or attempt to collect personal information about users or third parties without their consent. You agree to protect the rights, the property, and the personal safety of Spreaker, its users, and the public. And user submissions prohibited users. In connection with your user submissions, you further agree that you will not publish misrepresentations that could damage a third party, submit material that is unlawful, defamatory, libelous, slanderous, threatening, pornographic, obscene, vulgar, harassing, harmful, hateful, abusive, racially or ethnically offensive, or is otherwise inappropriate. And I go on further to say I have been very patient with some of these hosts and their slanderous lies about me and my family. However, the slanderous story that is now being told is so outlandish that I am concerned and wish to file a complaint. Furthermore, another host is promoting said slanderous lie. I am requesting that this host be directed to either follow the terms and conditions and cease talking about me in such a slanderous manner, or I will proceed to see that his show account is taken off of Spreaker. I await your reply on the issue. I am talking about none other than Paul Dembski and his friend, the news guy. Paul Dembski went on his show, I don't know when, some time ago, and began to say, because he was forced, supposedly, with a gun to his head by his wife, to what happened. Do you want to know the truth? You want to know what really happened? You want to hear it straight from me? 100% the truth, so help me God? And I mean, so help me God. I have never once spoke to Paul Dembski on Skype in the late hours, the early hours, any hours, other than times that we've been on my show or maybe in a group Skype chat together. It is my understanding that there was a time several months ago when I was in a Skype chat with him and several other people when he was actually on my show. And we went into overtime, got off the show, blah, 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 blah. We remained on the call. It was me, it was him, it was several other people. I can tell you the exact date. It's my understanding that I even told the news guy about it the next day. I said, oh, it was so funny, you should have been there, blah, 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 blah. It was me and a couple of other people, and this, that, and the other. And when I was on the Skype call with him, I could hear in the background his wife going, get off this computer and come to bed. And I said, you need to go. You need to get off this thing and go. She's getting mad. It was really funny. At the time, it was hysterical. I remember going on the news guy show and even telling the news guy about it. He lulled. We laughed. Now, supposedly, this is what I was told by an extremely credible source. Trust me on this. That here recently, Paul Dembski was busted at some point listening to one of my shows and performing a sex act on himself. Okay? His wife raged and, you know, blah, 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 Debbie, 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 you love Debbie, you don't love me, you love Debbie, you love Debbie, Debbie, Debbie. And this explains the unwarranted hate of me from Pills Dembski. Now, what Pills did is he twisted this, knowing that he got in trouble. Not only was it credible that I got this information, but if you think about it, it makes perfect sense. He decides to twist it and tell everybody out here a big fat lie. That he was on Skype with me, and then I was doing People, first of all, I have it firsthand from somebody, and you probably all know who it is. It's a busybody here on Spreaker, that nobody is believing this story. Don't you think that with the years I've had friends through internet radio that I would have done this with somebody other than Paul Dembski? Don't you think that somebody would have come forward by now, somewhere? I have never, ever, ever. I don't even talk to Victor like that. I don't know. I believe this person did this to save his ass in front of his wife, because I know this person actually goes on his wife's account and posts nasty messages to me. This little man messed up, because this is out of my hands. You crossed the line, little man. You made a big mistake. And that's all I have to say about that. That's really all I have to say about it. But I am not a punching bag, people. You are not going to just sit around and use your little stupid podcast to slander my name and think that just ha, ha, ha. I mean, I can understand the hate. I've been putting up with that for years. If I didn't have haters, I would be another Desert Rose. Some stupid fat idiot just sits over there and talks to her chat room. I'm not. I'm not a Desert Rose. Why do you think Desert Rose hates me? I'd hate me too if I was Desert Rose. No, I'm joking. But, you know, it's like we said the other night. I mean, if you have haters, that means you're really shaking some people up. They're listening. There's so many people listening right now, but they won't type in my chat room. They're lurkers. Why do you think before 24 hours is up, I've got over 150 some odd downloads, or whatever you call it? It's listens, not on Blog Talk Radio. It's downloads. It's called, what's it called? Archives, listens over here. The bottom line is this, guys. I never listened to Guy Shea's show. Believe it, you can believe it, you cannot believe it. It's the same thing every day. It's the same thing every day. It's some stupid clips of my show with some stupid... Guy Shea's not even funny. He's stupid. He's like listening to a bad rendition of Bubba the Love Sponge. That's all he does. Who could listen to that? That little 7-minute deal I did the other day, I did it in one take. You want to watch me do it? You want to watch me make another one, and I'll do it in 3 minutes? It's easy. All you do is open GarageBand, open about 10 different tracks, and do it. That's all you do. And then you hit play, and you go in and you pitch one up, you pitch one down, you pitch one up, and you hit record. You hit share. You send it to your desktop, and there it is, an MP3. It's the easiest thing in the world to do. I could do it right now in front of you. And this idiot on his show today was like, oh, it took you all day to do that. But see, what these people don't understand is when haters talk about me, it's always whatever they say, the opposite is true. And I have a list of who haters are and what haters are. Haters are not trolls. Haters are not people that I've had like a fight with. They're not somebody that something has happened to. Hater is somebody that hates you and they have absolutely no reason. Somebody that you never done anything to. You never had, they don't have a reason to hate you. You've never been ugly to them or done anything defamatory to them or slanderous or threatening or you've never done anything to them. I mean, I come on here at night and I talk to people that I like. I have guests on my show like they were mentioning, JP, Mr. Midnight Movie, Mr. Solution. I have lots of great guests. That's what Internet radio is all about, talking about the issues out there, not, the Kardashians, not Barack Obama. That stuff's boring. If I wanted to read about that, I would just go to the Huffington Report or I'd go to whatever.com or I'd go out there and turn on CNN. I'm not a political person. I mean, I come from a political family with Victor. Are you kidding me? His sister was in Clinton's cabinet. His brother-in-law was the U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of Texas. I mean, these aren't, as Densky would like you to believe, Victor's not a quote-unquote Mexican. Densky's sad. Oh, what have we here? Hi, guys. It's me. I'm going to hang up on y'all and call y'all right back. I've got JP and Triple M on the other line. Hold on. Oh, thank y'all. Welcome back to Blog Talk Radio. We had a little problem. I got a call from Mr. Midnight Movie and Jewish Producer. When I answered him, it knocked y'all off the line, but they were making me laugh so hard, I could not stop long enough to call you back, but I am calling you back now, Blog Talk Radio. So let's add the guys in and see if they'll pick up to us. Pick up for us. We were doing the Mr. Solutions noise. Gee, I hope they're home. Pick up. Pick up, pick up, pick up, pick up, pick up, pick up. Oh, hello.
Okay. There we go. You're on BTR now.
Yes, we're black on Block Talk.
I'm here.
Are we on Black Talk Radio?
Yes, we are back on Black Talk Radio. And stop the...
Okay, that's it. No more of those.
No more of that. No more of that.
It had to be said, though, right, Debbie?
Yes, it did. It needed to be said. It really did. So,
I was hearing it from everybody. I heard Mr. Solution last night doing it. Mr. Midnight Movies doing it all the time. I've even heard you do it, Debbie.
Black Talk Radio?
Do it.
Yes, I had to stop it. I had to give the habit up, though, because it was really, it was lousy.
How about
I caught myself doing it. That's horrible. That's horrible.
When you're thinking of something, well, let me see.
No.
Well, my name is... Yes.
Mr. Solution called me last night.
Yes, he did. He
Yes.
called me, too.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
What was that?
That was me sticking out my tongue.
Oh, okay.
Blah.
How did they used to make that old drop noise? Remember they go, I mean, it was like a drop of water. Remember? How did they do that? No? No, they go like, no. That sounds nasty.
Yeah, that really sounds gross.
That really does sound kind of, that sounds clinical.
Oh, God. That's
clinical.
That was when he was 17 and going to the porn section, the porn video section.
Get out of my store! Oh!
Dalton's calling.
Dalton!
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 What do you want?
Dalton!
Dalton, hold on. Dalton, what? What do you want? What?
Dalton.
I could do without ever hearing that sound.
Oh, it was someone angry Jew. I thought it was Dalton.
One angry Jew. Yamaka.
Yummy. It's Uncle Mortimer.
Uncle Mortimer.
Uncle Maury. Will you get your own name straight?
Yeah, this is Uncle Maury. Please don't defile this name.
Mordecai.
Oh, it is Mordecai, right?
No.
Is it Maury short for Mordecai?
No, short for Morris.
Maury, yeah, Maury.
Uncle Morris.
No, it's not. It's Mordecai, and I'm not even a Jew.
No. Morty.
It's
Mordecai.
All right already.
Uncle Maury.
So whatever happened with calling of the cops on the black guy the other night that tried to kill you?
Well, I thought he was an Arab, but then it turned out he was a real black guy, another hood rat who acted inappropriately. I guess they don't know how to act.
Now, guys, I want to ask y'all a question. If the Jew's getting his ass kicked in steam rooms, in restaurants, he's got to be acting a fool out in public nowadays.
Let me just tell you this. I look forward to every new restaurant story that Uncle Maury provides. They're always entertaining and interesting.
I got a call this morning from the owner of the restaurant. She came back from Israel 2 days ago. This was her first time back at work. And as it turns out, the black guy working in this particular place, it's a Middle Eastern fast food, but not really fast food, but it's really good stuff. It's hummus and falafel, that kind of stuff, that kind of thing. Really good salads, tabbouleh salad, that kind of stuff.
Baba ganoush.
Baba ganoush, yes. Although the best baba ganoush that I've had was downtown in Philly at on 2nd Street at a...
Wait a minute, wait. Every time you try to think of something right there when you couldn't think of 2nd Street, you have to do the... Okay?
No, I'm not doing any of that crap.
Thank
I
you,
don't like that noise, and it bothers the shit out of me.
Either we're going to all speak in third person.
Well, you may do all you want, but it bothers the shit out of the Jew. I'll speak in third person. No
some more.
All right, then
Make some more hummus.
You speak in third person, and we.
There's a restaurant on 2nd Street, downtown Philly, called Cedars. It's owned by, I guess, the Christian Lebanese. Mm-hmm. Nice guys that put together a really nice plate. For $12, you can eat like a king. Really tasty stuff. There are spices and flavors that you're not going to get elsewhere. And their baba ganoush is the
Children
best
raised on a Mediterranean diet have 20% less body fat.
Is that right?
Yeah.
But 40% more.
But are their
body
penises?
hair.
Are their penises bigger?
Yeah, that's
40% more body hair.
That was not in the study.
40% more body hair. Mr. Midnight Movie, you like to interject nonsense.
I thought that was priceless. That was good.
Well, say 40% more body hair.
I'll tell you, I control the crap out of the black guys over on that Talk Real Solutions thing. But Mr. Solutions goes on there and talks normally. He drives them crazy. They hang up on him in no time. They'll take none of Mr. Solutions.
I think that if Mr. Solution would call in tonight, I think we should call into that show.
Well, they believe that I run all of you, that you're all my trolls. They think that I sent you there to cause trouble. Last night was interesting. Tyrone kept bringing me into the green room and asking me how many of my trolls were in the chat room. And how many?
Oh, God.
And I kept telling him, I said, did you ever read Sun Tzu? And he said, who? I said, right. Why should I give you privileged information such as that? So I figured that if he believed I was running all the trolls, that I would just go with that. And so I started.
What is it, Mr. Midnight Movie, Precious?
I was going to ask if Maury had a Meyer Kahan story.
Oh, please tell us a Meyer Kahan story.
Well, I do have a Meyer Kahan story. I know a guy who bodyguarded for Meyer Kahan.
Really?
He came to Philly. Yeah. Sort of these are militant Jews with guns. Don't mess with them because they're leaking. That's why I said, who's this guy that you were talking about in the beginning of your show? Can't we just pay somebody to break their kneecaps and be done with it? It seems so much simpler.
I like to say play baseball. That's what I like to say.
What we need over here is a meeting of the minds. Mr. Solutions, Debbie, Brown Beasley. Brown Beasley is quite the character.
I like to think that is. I'd like to thank you for including me second in line behind Mr. Solution.
I wasn't giving it in order, but I understand how you think that.
I love you, Mr. Midnight Movie.
Thank you, Debbie. The Jew hates me.
Thank you. Just thank you instead of I love you.
I definitely think Mr. Midnight Movie should be in this round table of brain.
I love all my subjects. I don't know what you're talking about.
I said I love you, and he goes, thank you.
You'll never revive the JDL with that attitude.
I have started to carry around a Merce.
Wait, is that a Manny pack?
What do they call that? They call that a...
Here comes the final boss of the internet.
Oh, good. They call that a
Does he like you? Does he like everybody?
Bag.
Okay, here we go. Shh, be quiet.
Yes, bring him on. I'm not.
Welcome
Steve
everybody to the final boss of the internet. My special guest this evening, none other than Bill Waggoner. Welcome.
I'm not going to turn on you, Bill.
Hi, how are you?
Although I did enjoy it.
Shut up, Jew, so I can talk. I am doing great. Welcome to the show.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, Bill Waggoner.
Hello, Bill. How are you?
I'm great.
Chicken rolls.
Bill, you had a fantastic influence on Augles last time I heard that going
Yes,
on.
he did.
That was much like a dog. You ever seen a dog when their eyes
Was
start pinning and they get a real weird look in there and they're about to bite you? That was Augles. You can't see it on radio, of course, but
yes.
I could feel his eyes pinning. He was.
Yes.
There was a point where he just changed over. He just
didn't know.
became something else.
So you saw what with who?
When you were on my show and you had Steve Ogle sweating bullets.
Oh, when he came at me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Well, because he was on your show, remember? And he was talking all this good stuff.
He was the co-host, Bill. He was the co-host.
No,
How dare
he wasn't. No,
I know he wasn't, but the idiot thought he was. How dare you insult the co-host?
Oh, no. He didn't. You got it the wrong way. Steve came at Bill.
Yeah, he was coming at me.
Yes, he attacked Bill.
I listened to it. I'm telling you what he said. In his mind, you attacked him.
Yes.
He was hearing voices in his head.
His voice went up 3 octaves when he started fussing with Bill.
Yeah, he needs to grow up a little bit, I'd say.
Well,
That was one of the most uncomfortable discussions I think I've heard on.
It really
uncomfortable for whom?
Was it
for
really?
You?
It was uncomfortable for me to listen.
Wait a minute, for you? Why?
Because
I know
Ogle
Steve
is
differently.
Steve is
Who's that?
Steve
Debbie.
was lying. Oh, that's Jewish producer, Mr. Midnight Movie, and the One Angry Jew.
Look, it was uncomfortable for me, Bill, because I just know any of this stuff, all this stuff that was kind of coming out, or I don't know if it was truth or not. I didn't know what was truth and what wasn't. I just felt uncomfortable for Steve.
Well, Steve's a moron.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, what else is really to say? I mean, the guy is.
I concur.
He's super nice to me. That's all I know. He's been nothing.
Well, he's nice, but
being nice and being a dirty, rotten scoundrel is two different things.
Yeah.
Right.
Hold on a second. Being nice and being a moron is often
How
not.
about Pimp Hat, for example? Let's talk about Pimp Smack. Okay, that guy, he's a nice guy too, but he's an absolute psychopathic, moronic, going to prison. Bubba's gonna, what him guy. So hey. Just because he's nice doesn't make him, good person.
I didn't say I trusted him. I just said I never knew him as any other kind of way except for.
Well, I have to say this, though, Jewish producer. What was going on behind the scenes with that person that you just mentioned on my show, I could not handle anymore. I could not handle that. I knew the truth about what was going on with him, and then I would have to come on the show every night and play like everything was great, and he'd been doing this photography edit all night, the night before, and all this. I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't, and I just can't do that. I cannot.
Well, what is it? Is it drugs? What's the deal?
Alcohol.
Yeah.
Alcohol.
Yep.
The kind of people I can't stand. The one of the worst types of person. I could care less if they take crack or heroin or whatever else, but drunks are the real drunks are the worst types of people, man.
Worse than meth?
Oh, absolutely. I don't know. I don't know anybody with meth.
I don't think I've ever known anybody.
I've known a few meth addicts in my day.
So have I.
Well,
There's
I did,
like a meth addict.
I did have a programmer guy that did. He did take bath salts, and I didn't know what that was. I was like, you want to hear a funny story about?
You want to know what it is?
Yes.
I know what they are.
I would love to hear a funny story about bath salts.
Oh my God!
I have a funny story about bath salts.
I'm so stupid, agreeing to these things. See, these people, Jew, they always say things that I supposedly do or whatever. These jealous
You
hater.
are very prolific, Bill, in the eyes of many you call yes.
Yes, that's for sure.
It's regardless. Thank you. But the thing is, so I went to a party 2 years ago, and it was New Year's Eve party, and a guy that I knew really well from back in 2000. Invited me to this New Year's Eve party. So I go over there. I haven't seen this guy in years. And I heard he had a near-death experience. So, I had a seizure in Michigan. I think everybody knows that. And that was pretty hardcore. Somebody poisoned my drink. His advice to any ladies out there and guys, never leave your drink on the bar.
Very good advice, Bill.
You were at
Take it with
Talkers.
you to the job.
Weren't you at Talkers?
I don't remember. You know what? I don't remember where I was.
You were at the convention called Talkers, where it's an annual convention of all the big radio studs around the United States.
It was weird.
Yeah,
I don't
remember.
It was
I remember.
a blur.
Yeah, and that happened to me one time. It happened to me, too.
You don't do that.
No, don't.
It happened to me in Mexico once.
So you don't leave your beer or your drink unattended, ever. And so I had seizures because of it. I didn't even know I was poisoned. The doctor told me that if I had waited one more day, I'd have been passed away. And I was like, whoa. I wound up in a Mexican jail. That's probably even worse. But the thing is this guy that I'm talking about, the bath salts, I heard he almost died too. So that was kind of our rapport. If people don't know what rapport is, got something in common, kind of thing. So I said to my old friend, I'm like, hey, his name's Gil. Hey, Gil, how you doing, man? How you been? I hope you heard you almost passed away. I had this happen to me, etc. And so anyway, we started talking again. So anyway, I noticed this dude was always on. Remember? Oh, there you go.
Oh, are you back? Okay, go ahead.
Oh, well, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, something's weird. New Skype is odd. Where was I?
Coke.
Where was I? I apologize. Where was I?
Bath salts.
Something.
Okay, so I hadn't seen this guy named Gil in years. And does everybody remember AIM, AOL Messenger? Remember that thing?
Oh, yeah.
I remember.
I remember it quite well, Bill.
That was the thing back forever. Well, with AIM, this guy would be online 24 hours a day. I mean, like literally 24/7. And he was also a friend on Facebook. And, you know when somebody's away from their computer on Facebook. This guy was never not away from his computer. Some people think, oh, well, Bill, you got your Skype on all the time, so that must mean you're on meth. No, it means that I just don't turn it off the freaking, set away session, idiots. But anyway, so I talked to this guy and seen him since 2001 probably. This guy, multi-millionaire, by the way. Pretty wild. I helped tutor this guy, etc. But this guy would stay up like 72 hours at a time. So I didn't know.
He wasn't involved in the same plan as Augles, I'm taking it.
As who?
Steve.
No, Augles couldn't even look this dude's freaking toenails, man.
That's one, Jew. I'm sorry, you get 3 strikes. That's one. You know what Victor said the other night that he loves when me and the Jew go back and forth. He said people love it.
My feelings are hurt now.
Hush. Go ahead, Bill. I'm sorry for the interruption. Go ahead.
So this is a very interesting story. I really didn't. I had no idea. I've heard of crystal meth. I've heard about it, but I've never ever seen it. So the only thing I ever saw before that time. I mean, I've been living in Las Vegas about 13 years. I've never seen even someone sniff a line of coke. I mean, nothing. I mean, drinking only is what I've seen out here. I mean, sounds silly because it's Vegas, but I've never seen it. I've just never seen it. So anyway, I go over to this guy's house. He's having a New Year's Eve party. He says, "You're coming over, Bill. We're having a party," and et cetera, et cetera. So all these people from my industry are there. And, nasty party. But anyway, go to this big mansion, go downstairs, I'm sitting down, and his buddy comes running down the steps, and he goes, Gil, yo, man, you better hide your bath salts, man. What are you doing, dude? You better hide your bath salts, man. You got guests coming. We got guests coming. And I'm like, and this is what I say. I go, bro, why does he want you to hide your eucalyptus beads? What do you think that what's everybody going to think you're homosexual or something because you like taking nice baths that smell nice, or what the fuck?
I was thinking of anal cavities, Bill, but I'm glad you didn't go there.
Well, I mean, think about it, really. I mean, my ex-girlfriend, she used to be a showgirl, stripper, the whole 9 yards, so I know all about, all those creams and stuff, and plus I have a daughter, so you think, I thought bath salts, I'm equating, to what you drop in your bath just so you can relax, So they're laughing at me. I mean, they're like, you don't know what bath salts are. I'm like, no, I have no idea. What's a bath salt? Isn't that shit you put in your bath? They're like, no, let us show you. So this guy, his buddy, pulls out this freaking big bag. I mean, a double-sized gym bag full of this shit. I mean, and see, these bath salts are legal you can go to these stores. I mean, who would think of this stuff? First of all, man. I mean, who thinks of let's go to freaking Bed Bath & Beyond and buy some drugs? You know, I mean, that's weird, man. So this guy had this big bag of all these things, and so I'm sitting there and I'm like, what are bath salts, bath beads? I mean, think about it. I mean, I don't know. I guess all you guys know all about it. That's why it doesn't make sense to you. Maybe I'm just not telling you right.
I don't know all about it.
I don't know all about it. I'm going to be really stupid here. Isn't it actual bath salts like I use in my bath that they actually smoke? No.
Yes, they snip it. Yeah.
Oh, they sniff it.
Yeah, they snip it.
This stuff is distributed
nasty.
Way more than either of us know.
Are you?
Oh, it's huge. It's huge.
I've got a whole container of that.
Yeah, and you can just go in there and sniff it and freaking be up all day and for 10 days straight. It's weird. So here I am, and I'm saying to these guys, all these people I'm around, they make probably anywhere from 25 to 100 grand a month. These easy. Every one of these people I'm around, and so I say, Gil, why does this guy want you to hide your bath beads, brother? Do they think you're homosexual? I mean, who cares? I use bath salts if I want to relax and get a good bath, And they're laughing at me and shit. And
too much information, Bill.
Why is it too much information?
Too much information. I don't want to know what you put in your bath. It's just I've got a vision of you, and I don't want to change it. Well, all right, but I don't want to change my vision. People use this stuff,
man. So if somebody ever says to you, you want some bath salts, now you know what they are. Okay. So now you know what to look for.
If they gave them to me, I'd probably come home and put them in the bath.
Uncle Maury, this story was just getting good. You are a real cockblocker.
Oh, stop it.
Do they still sell them in the stores like in Macy's?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Welcome, JT. Welcome. Glad to have you back.
They constantly are changing it all the time. That's the thing about our laws.
But what could possibly be in what it is it's a piece of Epsom salt that's had some flavoring added to it so that you can.
You would think.
That is what it is.
Yeah, but if you look at the how it was explained to me was if you take the the molecule compound and how it's put together.
Did the Jew hang up?
Did the
Jew hang up?
He hangs up.
The Jew hasn't hung up. I put myself on mute. See, when I'm nice,
no,
have to bring me stop.
But the molecular structure of methamphetamines and certain bath salts are exactly the same. So that's why they do it.
Are you kidding me?
Right.
Oh,
that's
my
why.
God.
But I had no idea. And so this dude pulls out this big gym bag. I mean, it's just filled full of this stuff. And he pulls out this big, I have never seen cocaine in my life, but this thing was the size of my hand. This big block of pure cocaine, bam, slams it right on the table in front of me. And I'm at this party, and I'm thinking to myself, why the hell am I here? No way. I'm seeing these guys, no. So anyway, I walk out of that party going, man, this is just disgusting, man. So, yeah, there's a lot of people out there. They're absolute junkies, and that's what's going on right now in this country, everywhere. I mean,
maybe
where you live,
wrong. Maybe that's what's wrong. Maybe that's what's wrong with some of the people that are on Spreaker and stuff, and some of the people in the BWC.
Oh, I agree. There's no doubt about it. I mean, they can lie all they want to, but the thing is, it's real.
Are you trying to tell me that Ogles is in the dark room too much?
No.
Well, I'm trying to tell you is you never know.
It's got weird chemicals in there, too.
Let's take a listen to this and see what this says. This looks like an informative thing. All about.
The first point that I want to make here is what bath salts are. Bath salts are not something that people put in their bath to relax them.
Exactly.
They're chemicals that people put in their body to make them high. The high that they experience from this is similar to amphetamines. It gives them an incredible rush of energy. Why these things are so dangerous is because that A, they're chemicals, and B, they're chemicals that are not regulated, that basically people are buying these over the counters in stores. So nobody really knows what's in them, and that putting a chemical in your body that you don't know where it came from is a very dangerous thing. And again, it's a high that people get from them, and the reason why they're doing it is because they think that it's fun or their friends are doing it, and the negative consequences are profound as a result of this. If you try bath salts and you think that it's fun and you want to continue using it, I would have a serious conversation with you about that. Bath salts are incredibly dangerous.
Yeah.
An addictive quality to them because people get a profound high from them, so they're constantly chasing that high.
You said that.
Constantly.
I think this guy is on bath salt.
Requires them to...
I think this guy's on bath salt, Bill said.
Listen to him.
I'm with Bill. He probably is.
It says right here, researchers at the Scripps Research Institute conducted
either that or he's doing things with gerbils.
On the chemical compound called MDPV. Now, the actual thing is the bath salts are called MDPV, which stands for... I don't know. Look that up, Mr. Jew, if you can. M as in Mary, D as in dog, P as in Paul, and V as in Victor, which is the actual chemical compound known as... I thought you were joking. I thought they were actual bath salts.
That's what I thought. You're laughing at me.
Oh, okay.
See, I'm the butt of the joke of this whole thing. Come downstairs.
Shouldn't laugh.
It says the study was conducted on rats and is published in the Journal of Neuropharmacology in August of this year. And it says, like other bath salts, MDPV is a derivative of cathinone, which is the active compound in cat plant leaves that are used by chewing for stimulating effects in many parts of Africa and Arabia. These chemicals were originally produced by drug companies to see if they have any medicinal properties, but they were not found to have any. They interfere with the normal processing of important brain chemicals such as dopamine and serotonin, affecting brain functions and causing a heightened sense of pleasure and well-being, decreasing sleep, appetite, and hyperactivity. Adverse effects include paranoia, hallucinations, dangerous and violent behavior, such as adverse effects on the rhythm of the heart, and blah, 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 not to mention they have a very high addictive potential. You know, they can sit there and say it causes you to do this, but they're very addictive. I mean, I'm like, did you find out what the MDPV stands for or whatever?
Well, did you know, let me tell you this real quick. It said bath salts. Do you remember the story, I think it was last summer, where the guy was running around, they said the real zombie, they were calling it, I think. And this guy was running around.
Right.
Well, right. His Jew, they were saying. Anyway, yeah, they call him the real zombie because this guy was doing so much meth all the time. I mean, or bath salts, meth, whatever. He went around.
These are people,
Bill,
that would not be invited to restaurants I partake in.
Well, let me tell you what. This guy that I'm talking about, which I'm not going to say his last name. Sorry, I wasn't expecting to be on the radio. Had a long night last night. I watched a great movie called The Son of God last night. Very good movie. I plugged that movie.
Saw it. Love it. Saw it. Did you love it?
Good movie.
Yes,
I loved it.
Yes.
I was up 2 hours and then go to bed.
Oh boy. I love that you that. That's
a great movie.
Talk about. Yes, thank you.
Me and the kids, we always watch, have our movie night. So
trust me.
Anyway, you know how that is. So, but the thing is I'm not going to mention this guy's real name, but the deal is, you wouldn't know, Jew, if these guys are on bath salts or not, or they're on meth. Meth, bath salts, same thing. It's almost exactly the same thing. But one you're probably going to die from faster than the other. I mean, this guy I'm talking about here, I knew this dude since 2001, and he owed $15 million of the IRS, and I had to call my dad to help him get out of his IRS bill. So, reduce it so he could fight fairly. He's so stupid.
Have I told you lately how much I love you, Bill?
Well, me too.
I have a little bit of an IRS bill.
I love Debi Daly. There you go, BWC. Fuck you. Sorry. No, my dad. That's one thing about my dad is, regardless of parental, things over the years. I love my dad. I can't tell you what. He's the most talented tax person you'll ever meet. That guy, and he has a heart of gold. He's helped out so many people that I know, and so he retired from the IRS early. Actually, he retired from the IRS early because, I'll speak for him, is because of all the young punks that is his words.
Well, isn't that what a lot of cops now say? They don't like the young ones.
They're not even governed. Okay, MPDBDBB stands for methylene dioxypyrovalerione. That's what bath salts are.
Weird stuff.
I thought it was my dirty vagina. How stupid I was.
Hey, who knows what a blue waffle is?
A blue waffle.
It's something I don't want to know
just learned
about,
this.
Bill. No, don't talk about it. This is terrible.
Now,
This
go
is
ahead,
something-
Mr. Midnight Movie. Go ahead, Mr. Midnight Movie.
Something Mr. Midnight Movie.
I was going to say that One Angry Drew, Uncle Maury, your vagina is very clean.
Now, isn't a blue waffle the private parts on a African American woman?
No,
I don't think so.
I thought it was the purple waffle.
What is
blue
it?
waffle.
What is it?
Everybody out there in Radio Land listening.
You need a disclaimer.
Disclaimer, just look it up. It's a blue waffle, for Christ's sake.
You don't want to look it. Don't look it up. You won't like.
Look it up. Look it up.
Methylenedioxypyrovalerone.
Again?
Methylenedioxypyrovalerone.
That's a long one, but that is bath salts. I am shocked. I thought bath.
It's everywhere. This guy, I'm telling you, this dude I knew, after that party, I left during that party. I'm sitting there. This dude drops a thing of cocaine the size of two of my hands, literally. It's just crazy. Rock, bang.
Horrible.
And I have never seen coke in my life. And I'm seeing these guys do this, and I'm seeing all these other people, which one day you internet marketing people that I know so well and love, hey, I know some of your secrets, brothers. So anyway, all of them doing bath salts, all of them doing cocaine. I'm saying to myself,
why would smart people do something like that?
Nobody would do anything like that. Nobody would do anything like that.
You'd be surprised. There was people there at this party that very, very wealthy people.
Y'all know what young kids are doing? Have y'all ever heard of?
But let me disclaim this here and to tell you the thing.
Okay.
As soon as these people did this around me, I knew what was going on. My mind started saying to myself, I said, why am I here? Is there a reason I'm here? Is there anything that I am gaining by sitting by these drug addict wackos? No. So I said, I'm out of here. I'm gone. And I never came back. I don't talk to those people anymore. And that's about 90% of the people that are involved with internet marketing. Just so you know, these are the big dogs that run the things for Kmart. They run the things for JC. Absolutely. AT&T, JC Penney's, you name it. Absolutely. I got the fuck out of there and never went back.
I'm going to tell you why I believe almost anything that Bill Waggoner says, and I'm going to be honest with you. Because Bill Waggoner has faced he has had the pleasure, I guess you could say, of facing the most insane group of idiots that I have faced, which call themselves the BWC. The BWC has accused me of so many insane, false, slanderous bullshit crap that I know anything they've ever said about Bill to be insane bullshit.
Absolutely.
So,
here.
I'm
done. I'm sick with these people. They are anonymous. They are the original anonymous group. Part of these people are.
They can all thank Pat for what happens. They can all thank Pimp Pat and his stupidity.
Well, let me just say this, too. Not this Pimp Pat. James Gilday, a.k.a. Guy Graffin, or Guy Waggoner. So, James Gilday and Pimp Pat. And here's Pimp Pat's real name. Anybody want to know what that is?
What is it?
Here, I'll tell you. Give me 10 seconds. His first name's Russell. I'll give you his address, too. And he loves to change his phone number real quick when you find this stuff out.
My pen.
Okay, so here it is. Pimp Pat, a.k.a. Sloth, a.k.a. Russell P. Blust, B-L-U-S-T, 29 years old, born December 1985. Lives at home with mom, Sharon L. Blust,
How did you
sister.
get this?
I don't reveal my sources.
Sorry.
Sister, Catherine Blust, Kristen Garber, and a brother. There's an unknown brother out there, so we got to put the brother in this. He lives at 701 Drexel Road, Drexel Road, Harrisburg, PA 17109. His home phone number, but he loves to disconnect it, is 717-540-9082. So, Pimp Pat, hope you have a blast there, baby. You and your supposed Lexus you're driving there, dude. I warned you, ass clown.
The preceding was not the opinions, of course, of the Debi Daly Network or Mr. Midnight Movie or Jewish Truth or anybody else. It was Mr. Bill Waggoner, Solomon Day. Thank you. No.
Only me. Exactly.
Right.
I could care less. You know what? Bring it. to me. If you want to bring it, you've already brought it.
Oh, well, they've done all kinds of really neat things lately as far as this and that and swatting houses and giving out names.
I had no idea that
oh,
happened
yeah.
to you.
Well,
I saw that and I was like, wow.
Yes, they did, and it was like, what?
Man.
Are you kidding?
Have you told the story about what happened with those two incidents?
Oh, yeah. It was last Wednesday night, I believe.
Well, let's do this real quick, Debbie, before we tell a story about that, because I really want to know, and everybody else is going to want to know.
Okay.
What is a SWAT? Because most people do have no clue what swatting is. They think it's swatting a fly.
No. When somebody swats...
Well, can I do it, please? So I got to give away a secret, too.
Oh, sure. Go ahead.
Okay. When someone swats you, okay, this is what they do. Okay. It involves the SWAT team, okay, like it's, cops with machine guns. So, like SWAT, the movie, whatever, the show. Okay. So what they do, this is exactly how they do it. There's a thing called Xenophone. Z-E-N-O phone. P-H-O-N-E. Okay, where you can go pay $5 or it's in Brazil, so this is why it's supposedly that's legal. This is where the government's going to crack down right here. I'm telling you, we're facing a privacy issue, everybody here, as we have to know. It's easy to fix, but the government's stupid, and they just go after everybody. But this is what they use: Xenophone, ZENOPHONE.com. Now, so what a SWAT is, they send the SWAT team to your house. Now, how do they do that? How can someone just, get the SWAT team, sent to your house? It's very simple. So what they do is if they know everybody listening right now, everybody on this call, everybody around the world that isn't listening, that just pick up somewhere, every one of you people are in danger. Every one of you people. Every one, your daughter, your son, your 12-year-old kid, everybody's in danger of this, of swatting that I'm about to tell you, what Debbie's going to tell you. So they use this Xenophone. And what they do is they call up the local police department. And they don't even need your address, okay, these people, all right? So if you think, I'm on Xbox Live, they're not going to know, my address. There's no way. Well, let me tell you something. If you're just using your, if your cell phone's registered to your home address, 911 knows that. If you're using let's say you're running your cable company, okay, the police know this as soon as you call 911, okay? So don't think you're safe. You go, just because they don't know my address, I'm good. Bullshit, okay? This is what happens. So they go to Xenophone.com, and I know this because I listen to, you ever heard that expression, keep your enemies close? You've heard that expression. Debbie probably could say it better than me. But, so I listen. I know what these people do. And so they go to this website for $5, and then they call up the cops, and they say, hi, I'm Debi Daly. I'm going to blow everybody in the house away with a shotgun, and I'm going nuts. Okay, so, but they're calling from your number. That's the kicker, okay? So the cops, because they're not tech savvy and don't have any clue, and banks even, for crying out loud, that still use Windows 95, they don't know. So they immediately look up the phone number that's calling and go, yeah, that is Debbie's number. Okay, send out the SWAT team right away. And they'll keep calling and calling and calling and calling and calling and calling and calling until eventually the police come and you're sleeping very gently in his sleep. And next thing you know, there's a shotgun in your face saying, get out of bed, and you're screaming, and your dog's shot. Your dog's there laying in a pool of blood, and because your dog was protecting his own home. Thanks to some asshole that plays Xbox Live all day long and sits on the internet and just spoofed your phone number. So they use your phone number as caller ID. Okay, that's what they do, and then they send the SWAT team to your house. So don't think you're safe, because you're not. There you go.
Well, luckily for me, our home, or should I say homes, are flagged for swatting now because of these mullets.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you.
Yeah, and let me tell you why this is dangerous. When these cops get these calls from these mullets who do the swatting, they're very scared because they're told that somebody's in this house that's armed and dangerous. And if you get a jumpy rookie that comes on one of these calls, and they're all hyped up. And let's say you've got my daughter that's in there playing cops and robbers with her 4-year-old who loves to play with guns. You know,
or at your pit bull. Say you got a pit bull.
Or Gunner, who's a very, very mean Labrador Retriever. He doesn't take kindly to strangers. They're going to shoot him because they think that they're on a call where there's this maniacal person inside this home, and so it's not funny. And last Wednesday night, the person known as Pimp Hat swatted one of my homes. Russell swatted one of my homes.
Russie.
And I know he did it because I know he did it. And besides that, the cop said, if in fact I can identify him, he's as sure as not me, but they are going to file a case on him. I don't file the case. They file the case.
That's what these guys don't get.
They really understand. This is between the cops and them. This has nothing to do with me. Nothing to do with me. This is between them and them. And if I can supply them who he is, there's no telling what they're going to come down on him for, because this is...
I just told you his real name. Russell P. Blust.
And I'm going to tell you something. Even though he will prove I did it, circumstantial evidence will prove he did it, because he was threatening me that day. He was cussing me that day. He was telling me...
I've got recordings, too, if you need them.
I've got recordings, too. And so, therefore, the fact that he is a known...
let's talk about recordings real quick, Deb. Uh-huh. It is 100,000% legal to record on the Internet. Okay, this is not like a normal phone conversation, all right? This is the Internet. We can record whatever we want. And Pimp Hat, as soon as you come on the Internet, you talk, guess what, bro? In the eyes of the law, you're considered a public figure. So how about that?
You know, and these people have driven Bill nuts. And my husband has said many times before that if I were Bill Waggoner, I would just be nuts about these people. Crazy, mad about these people. And what
I'm tired right now. I apologize. I'm not really just goofy.
Oh no, I understand. But the thing about it is these people think that everybody's scared of them. They're this big group of they're like they're like the mafia or something. No, they're not.
You know what my daughter told me?
They're keyboard warriors. Do what?
They are.
What?
My daughter says to me the other night, she goes for a walk, and we always I take the dog for a walk, and she says to me, she goes, Daddy, did you know that, she said there's a new law that came out saying that if you have 12 people in a group that believe in the same thing, you can file with the government and consider it a religion. So I guess the BWC is a religion.
A cult.
Cult, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, and the thing about it is
more than 12 people. There's
okay.
We don't know.
There's somebody in the chat room that's wanting to know, why do they call themselves the Bill Waggoner crew? That's easy for me to explain. It is a troll. It's a goof. It's a gag. Let's say I belong to a group of people that hated Barco. We could not stand you. We're going to call ourselves the Barco crew. That would be TBC. We'd be the TBC, the Barco crew.
The Barco Loungers.
The Barco Loungers. That's funny. The Barco Loungers. And so it's a play on words. They may call themselves that, but it's just...
They're not loyal to me. They don't know.
No.
They hate me.
They hate his guts, and they've done more damage, they thought, to this person than anybody before. So it's a play on words, Barco, by the way. So, and Goofy Boner.
Let me expand on that too, Debbie. Is one of the things is that they think by using my name that they're somehow going to get me in trouble, okay? Or I'm going to somehow run away off the Internet and not get back on, or not do a radio show, or something to that effect. So that their goal is to chase you off the Internet. Now, a lot of people do that. They run between the tails, between the legs, and I don't blame them. This is some heavy stuff. That's their goal, is to get me to go, oh, I'm done, I'm not doing anything, and I run away or I kill myself. It's just like cyberbullying. It's cyberbullying. It's simple cyberbullying. But for some reason, the Bill Waggoner crew is like this catchy phrase that these guys are just, to be perfectly honest, I can only say there's 5 people that I know that call themselves BWC. And out of the 5, 2 are not trolls. They're just decent people. They're just being silly. The other 3 are absolutely insane. But the thing is there's so many of these people, Debbie, we don't know who the hell's BWC and who's not.
Well, it's the new ones that are trying to prove themselves to be like the meanest cat in the block. Oh, watch me, old BWC members. People that are semi-retired in the BWC, which I won't name any names, but I think Bill knows who I'm talking about, are really not bad people. I once was friends. Well, I know on a quasi-personal level almost every one of them. But the mean ones that remain today that are out there just viciously attacking are Moxie and...
What? There's a girl out there. She works... And the thing that's
she's
true
an
about her...
old woman. I mean, she's not young.
She's conservative, too. She's a conservative commentator for blogs and things, right?
Well, she's actually been outed in most of those groups for what she does. One of her best friends contacted me and came on the show last year. You know who
did? Oh, really? Oh, wow. And
there's a thread in there that says, "Keep egging us on, Debbie. Shit will only get worse."
Shut up, guys.
Whatever. Did you enjoy the dead baby songs? I hope you lose that fetus. What are you talking about?
These people are insane.
Shut up.
They're ridiculous. Look,
this guy's chat room, Pim Pat. It's Pim Pat.
Pim Pat is a complete moron. Russell, your boys. The thing about, at least
they're ridiculous. Come on, guys.
Come on, bro. Back where you're from, Jew. There was honor among thieves to a point back in the day.
Well,
you know what I mean? Well, no, there's not. Well,
among us there is.
No, I'm talking about mobsters. I'm talking about gangsters. I'm talking about
You never
legitimate criminals.
That kind of stuff.
There is, but the thing is there was an honor code. Like people say out here in Las Vegas all the time, they say they wish the mob still ran this place because things got done and it was a clean place to live, et cetera, because they had honor, they had pride, they had, they don't go after your kids. They don't. You know what I'm saying? These people did not.
I'm in my chat room threatening to kill my daughter's son right now.
Yeah, see, and that's the thing. As these guys get in there and talk about this stuff, they don't care about your children at all.
And all they have to do is send the name to Spreaker, and they have promised to turn over the IP address of whoever's there. And I don't care if you're behind a proxy; they can still find you.
Yeah, they can, and it's going to get worse, guys.
Who cares?
Here and very, very soon, you guys are going to have to figure out a whole new way to do this because the Internet is changing, guys.
And the guys told me at the police department, they said, we don't care. This is all circumstantial evidence. Let's say I go over and do something horrible to the Jew, and he does not see me do it. He does not know I do it, but he knows that I've got every reason in the world to do it. That's called circumstantial evidence.
Yeah, something like not cooking my hard-boiled eggs enough. That would really
Exactly, but I'm saying that is enough right there. I mean, every thief doesn't get caught in the act. Every murderer is not found with a knife in his hand. It's called circumstantial evidence, you idiot. And the fact that you're in my chat room right now doing that is doing nothing more but adding to the case, if you want to know my opinion.
You know who we should call? I know who we should call. We should call the sheriff of Steubenville, Ohio. Who knows the Steubenville, Ohio story?
That's right. Yeah, they did that deal up there. Yeah, same group. We're caught up there doing some horrible stuff.
BWC went and Bill Waggoner crew, whatever, which I am not part of, never have been, never will be, couldn't pay me to be part of that. I'm my own crew, okay? So anyway, and anyhow, Steubenville, Ohio, there was a big story. Did you hear about this? You heard about this story, haven't you? The girl that got raped?
No, I have not.
There's this girl. She was like 16 years old, and she was at a high school party in Steubenville, Ohio. Their number one economic product, or however you put that, there are things that they, how their economy survives, is by football. Okay, so they had this big party. These football players did, and they got this little 15, 16-year-old girl completely butt-ass drunk. So, I mean, she was just so drunk she couldn't move, couldn't talk. She just blacked out and boom, okay? Well, this idiot, one of these football jock dudes, pulls out his, camera phone, okay? And he tapes over like an hour of this rape going on where these kids, 18-year-old kids, which now 18 pretty much equals about 13 I mean, that's even giving 18-year-olds credit. I mean, but anyway, so these guys videotaping these dudes that they had sex with this girl when she was completely, that's rape. You can't do that. You can't viciously. I mean, they all had sex with her, and he videotaped it all.
It's amazing how stupid they are that they do that. The people that videotape the crimes that they commit, and then they post them on YouTube or Vimeo or something. And the cops a lot of times are looking out for that. I forget, there was one guy who had a motorcycle thing where he led a cop on a chase, and then they just waited for him to post it, and then they found him. Yeah, I told there was a guy. He probably comes around. Well, let me finish this Steubenville story. So this is one guy. I guess you could say this is a good thing that this BWC guy did. But what he did is he hacked I got to give him some other tips to people out there. He hacked the voicemail of one of the guys that was accused of this rape that was on the video. Okay, these kids were in college now. They were playing for Ohio State football, whole 9 yards. So this was like an older crime. They finally caught on. So these kids were laughing about it on video. They're 18 years old. They know right from wrong. Come on. But this BWC guy, what he did, he wanted to be cool and put a name out there for himself or whatever, I guess. And he hacked the voicemail of the main perpetrator of this crime and changed his voicemail greeting and stole all of his voicemails and put them online. So I don't know if that's a good thing. I don't know if that's a bad thing. But, the point is, though, with that, too, is what you guys need to know, your cell phones. Every one of you that have a cell phone out there. Okay, put a greeting on there. Number one, put a greeting on there. Here's why. Because if you have Skype, or let's say, you have Skype, and you have Skype out, which you can call phones, okay? If you want your number private, okay, it's not going to be private if someone calls, because on Skype you can forward your phone calls. Skype is more and more becoming a daily use product every day. I mean, every day. The military uses it, crying out loud. I mean, everybody's using Skype. So let's say you have Skype out. What does that mean? You can go on, type in your phone, what person you want to call, and then you can talk to them through your computer. Okay, so now, if you don't have your voicemail set up correctly, two things happens. One, if you don't want your number posted, okay, and you have your Skype forwarding to your cell phone, which a lot of people do that, right? Call forwarding on Skype, your number will pop up. So like you'd call 215 boom boom, okay, and then next thing you know, they've got your phone number. So make a greeting and say, hey, this is Bob. Thanks for calling. And it cuts that out. They can't get your number now.
I got another call. Don't go anywhere. Let me see who this is. Hold on.
All right.
I'm sorry. I'm back. They must have chickened out. They hung up on me. It was called from a block number, so they hung up. Go ahead.
What a surprise.
Yeah, really. This is interesting. So you don't want it to say, you have reached the voicemail of 214. You don't want it to say that, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
You want it to say hi, who you are.
Right.
Or just
okay.
Say hi.
Got it. Got it.
Now, number two, always password protect your phone. Now, that sounds stupid. People go, I got a password for my phone. No, you don't.
Better than that, you should encrypt it.
Well, yeah, that too. But this is just basic common sense. Most people, when they get a cell phone nowadays, they just assume that their voicemail is theirs. Wrong. So you can pick up your cell phone or your home phone, let's say. That's through your cable company, whatever, okay? And since you're calling from your home number, or you're calling from, you're not calling from your home number, but that xenophone.com thing I'm telling you about, which you all should just start telling everybody to shut that site down. These people, what they do is they
but
just,
hold on a second, Bill. It won't do any good. Look, I have voice over IP that I use for an 800. I can spoof any number in my. I can spoof any number in that.
That's you though.
Voice over IP. But it's available in a lot of platforms.
But Xenophone is the one that they use because they think the government's not monitoring it. Okay.
Well, isn't Xenophone the PGP? Isn't that Phil Zimmerman? Is that his?
I don't know. No.
Well, what's the website?
I don't know.
What's the website?
Spell it out for you. Xeno. Well, okay, hold on. I've used it once. I wanted to see what it would do.
Yeah, spell it out.
I heard talk about it. Hold on, Xenophone. Hold on. I mean, this is powerful stuff, man. This site needs to be taken down immediately. Okay, it's ZENOFON.
Right, I got it.
.com. ZENOFON.com. Yeah, complain to Google, do whatever, or they're out of Brazil, as far as I know.
No, there's not much you can do about it in Brazil.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, sure there is. Sure there is. Complain to Google. In Europe, listen, did you guys hear about this new European law that just came out just recently?
Mm-mm.
Oh, yeah, first of all, look, Bangladesh radio news lines at the top of the website, so come on, it's not in the United States. So in Europe, they're ahead of us. It's pretty sad when we say, when Bill Waggoner says the European Union has more freedoms than the United States. And it's pretty sad when I say that the United States has really took a shit down the toilet and, the European Union's doing better than we are. These people are thinking and they're doing things about issues. We're not doing shit. We're sitting back with our hands, sitting on our hands doing nothing. Because on Google, the deal is your personal information is, once it gets put on Google, it stays on Google. Once it gets put on YouTube, it stays on YouTube. When it goes on Facebook, it stays on Facebook. No matter what you do, think you can erase it, you're crazy. Archive.org. You can go there, look up. You want to go to see any old websites you haven't seen in a long time? Go to archive.org.
You can make the archive.org delete your stuff.
Okay.
If you put a line in the robots.txt and you exclude it.
Well, see, you're talking all this tech stuff. The thing is, you're talking.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, you can make it go away. If you put a line in the robots.txt
you're talking tech
on
stuff,
the website,
brother.
It'll make it disappear.
Who the hell out there knows what a robots.txt
Anybody
is, except
who works
for you and me?
Websites.
Yeah, which is nobody. So, except for a couple of people. You got to give people a basic, the Canned Spam Act of 2003, okay? What did that do? It was common sense, a very common sense law, so that way anybody could follow it. Because people are stupid. I'm sorry to say it, but people are just dumb. They're not going to sit there and go, well, I'm going to look at robots.txt and change a line. They're not going to do that to you. I mean, can you agree with me? People are getting a little more denser. They're lazy.
They might now.
Now,
they're
exactly.
Taking bath salts, Bill. What do you expect?
Exactly. They're on bath salts and Valium and everything else all put together. All these freaking other, these antidepressants and shit. Yeah, but it's no excuse, though, for being lazy. Okay, Europe, why are they more productive than we are? Greece is doing great. But anyway, so let me stick to the story. What you need to do to protect your privacy when it comes to your cell phone. Put a fucking greeting. Excuse my language. I've been off the radio too long. Put a greeting on your cell phone, and also put a recorded name. So that way, if one of these idiots call you from one of these free services like Skype or Xenophone, where you pay a few bucks, okay, it hides your number. And if you call from let's say they use Xenophone or spoof, whatever it's called, and they use your phone number as the caller ID. See, they changed the caller ID. So then your phone thinks you're calling it. So the voicemail automatically pops up.
Right. I see exactly what you're saying. Right.
Sorry, it's hard to kind of
take off
describe.
Whenever you're doing your voicemail, and it says options, press 4, and it says to disconnect to whatever password, press 1. Keep your password where you've got to put it in there. I know it's a hassle.
Yes.
But if not, they can go to spoofaphone, whatever you call it. And,
all over the place.
Yeah, and they can pay. It's really cheap, and sometimes it's free.
Oh, you know what? I didn't get exactly what you said initially. When you said put a password on your phone, what you were really saying is put a password on your voicemail.
Well, but you can also password your
on your phone.
Yes, but I understood.
Your phone, your voicemail. Yes, your voicemail.
If you have an iPhone, also they can hack your iPhone because it's just a computer. They can.
And this is not rocket science either, everyone.
So is the Android. They're all computers.
Right.
So, but listen to this: how big this went, though. Okay, at Steubenville, Ohio, this girl gets raped. These guys, riots go on with these anonymous people and BWC people. There's riots in this town. State I'm from, Ohio. And so one of these BWC guys calls the voicemail, and he gets all the freaking voicemails of the guy that raped this girl. So, and then passes it along, put it on the internet, and now this guy's been kicked out of college. His life's over. I mean, hey, he's a rapist, okay? We know this. But the point is that people... You got to protect your privacy now. There is no such thing anymore of a private life. And people can say, oh, well, don't get on the Internet. Bullshit. The Internet's already on you, okay? It's already there. We already know things. You know, you are already connected to the Internet. And in about 2 years, everybody is going to be connected, period. You know what Mark Zuckerberg's goal is, Jew? What he's trying to do right now? With his billions he's made, he wants every country in the world, everywhere, every square inch of this earth to get people free internet access, as long as they're using Facebook. So he wants it in Africa. He wants it in Antarctica. So they're building towers everywhere to give people in the freaking jungle, you know, in huts, the ability to get on, you know, a laptop and get on fucking Facebook. So don't think that you're... Well, no. I'm saying is that the Internet's already came to you. It's already there. You're already on the Internet. You're already there. So you can't just go, oh, get off the Internet. It's going to be okay. No, it's not going to be okay. Unless you... No, there is no okay. Okay, if you're walking down the street and you bump into some dude, or you're at work and your coworker has the hots for you and you tell her, no, I don't want to date you, sweetheart, and she gets pissed off, and she goes on the Internet, and there's a lot of ways she can do all kinds of damage to you. So you people out there, don't affect me. Bullshit. It's on. Zuckerberg, you know, Google. You know, and here's the new law that was passed in the European Union. The European Union said that we're sick of this shit. Here, do a comparison, Jew. All you got to do is just do this. Maps.google.com. And type in an address in, say, London, okay, and look for some cars. And you'll see that the license plates are blurred out, so you can't read the license plates.
So the program blurs them?
No, there's not. I don't think. No, I doubt it. But, I'm getting a call, too, so. Anyway, all right, I just got interrupted by some idiot on Skype. Okay, I need to. How do you do it so they can't call you, Debbie?
I don't know. I just canceled call on my call. Mr. Midnight Movie, would you go to your private Skype messages, you mullet?
Yes, I'm sorry.
That was a legitimate call. That was a legitimate call coming in. I gave him the number. You can go.
Blocked number.
Well, it was legitimate.
Who was it?
I don't want to say on the air. Quite asking enough. No, it wasn't.
Oh, I can't add a block number to the call.
Skype assholes a scope.
Oh no, they know me on Skype.
No. If
calling again.
Hold on, guys. I'm back, guys. I'm back. I'm sorry. They didn't say anything. Call back, Kings. Now, call this time, okay? I'm sorry.
If you go to your Skype,
I'm sorry.
You see on your Skype where it's next to your name, it says it's got a check mark.
Yes.
Name.
The green check mark. Click on that and change it to Do Not Disturb, and that'll keep anybody from calling you.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Perfect.
I'm not going to answer the unknown number anymore. Every time I answer, they just sit there.
Yeah. Stop.
If you want to call in, call to the Blog Talk Radio switchboard.
You know what you can do?
Hold on just a second. The Blog Talk Radio switchboard number is 3. What is my number? I forgot it. It is, let me look and see. The Blog Talk Radio switchboard number is, where is it?
The number is.
What is it? I don't even know.
The password is. Remember password?
Yes. The password is.
What is it? 3-1?
Consider it. Okay. Here we go. The number to call me if you want to talk to me is 858-365-5509. Again, it's 858-365-5509. We have a Skype caller on the board on Blog Talk Radio. Let me just see if you wanted to say something. Skype caller, you're on the air with all of us.
Skype caller, how are you? What's up? The Debi Daly Radio.
I guess they just want to listen. We'll put you back on hold. We will unmute Dalton. Dalton, area code 251. Is this you, Dalton?
Someone send me the link, please, to the show so I can give it to people.
On Blog Talk Radio?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or wherever we are.
We're on Spreaker. We're on Blog Talk. We're a little bit of everywhere tonight.
Hard to tell where you are. It's
exactly.
a nightmare.
Give me the BTR one link, somebody.
BTR link.
This is always Radio Gold, Bill. Anytime you and I, Debbie, we all get on the same spot, I'd like to say
I'm just tired tonight, brother. I'm sorry.
Movie, but,
You're fine. Don't worry about it. Let me send the copy of copy the link. You're fine.
What happened to Mr. Midnight Movie? Wasn't he?
I'm here. Hey, quick question for Bill.
Yeah.
I thought, because the last I had heard that you said Greece was doing great. Because the last I heard that.
Hell
Greece,
yes.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, I love Greece, man. Absolutely. Freaking A. What they're doing over there? Golden Dawn? Hell yeah. They're calling them neo-Nazis. They're not neo-Nazis. Yeah, their economy's shit. You know why? Because all the illegal aliens over there. That's why. But they're taking their country back, bro. Go out there and watch a documentary about the Golden Dawn and what they're doing in Greece. Awesome. I cheer them on.
Yeah. Well, what
they're doing, well, let's tell them what they're doing. Everybody thinks Greece is falling apart, okay? True, yes, to a point. They're going. The European Union, Greece is the lowest on the totem pole. There's a lot of propaganda out there saying that the Greek people elected a Nazi party as whatever, as the government. But it's bullshit. No, it's called the Golden Dawn. And all they're doing, these Greeks, they're native Greeks. It doesn't matter if they're white or black or purple or anything. All they're doing is going around and making sure that people in their country are actually citizens and or actually have a green card to be there in their country. And if they don't, like they're going to hospitals and they'll see, okay, what illegal alien from Nigeria is here today getting their leg fixed up because he broke it or whatever, and sucking off the government, and they're taking them and throwing them out in the street and saying, get the hell out of our country. Now that's a good idea. Our freaking shit, man. And where Debbie lives in Texas, for crying out loud, what are they doing down there? You know what? I heard a freaking a border patrol guard just the other day talking about down in Texas there.
The gate open.
What's that?
Left the gate open?
Yeah. More than that, once they catch them, and then they go, the reporter asked him a question, said, what do you do with them after you catch these illegal aliens, sir? Well, we hold them till the feds come and get them. Well, what if the feds don't come get them? Meaning the federal government. Well, then we got to leave them be and let them go, and we just point them in the right direction. You know what that right direction is? Houston and San Antonio.
Yeah.
How's that solving any fucking illegal alien problem? I don't think so. The right direction is get the fuck out of my country. Sorry for the curse words.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I wonder if Western Europe is going to wake up at all the way I guess the way Greece has done, because I've heard like Sweden is now like the rape capital in Europe.
Probably. I don't know. There's a lot of Islamic people over there, so I would probably say yes to that. But I don't know. Sweden rape capital? I don't know. European Union's, Germany. I mean, you want to call someone Nazis? Germany, for crying out loud, they are the big economic power of the European Union. They're the biggest of the big. So that's what's going on, and people are criticizing Vladimir Putin out of Russia, saying, "Oh, this guy, he's a new Hitler." No, not even close. It's the same kind of situation. Crimea, for everybody that doesn't know, it's like 90% Russian, okay? And so there's so much corruption in the Ukraine that there's been false flag elections, like, hint, hint, Barack Obama-style elections in Ukraine. And the difference is between us and them is at least they have the balls to riot and say, get this son of a bitch out of office. We just sit back and go, I don't want to vote for Mitt Romney. Okay, so that's what's going on. That's why Vladimir Putin stepped in, is because 80 to 90% of the population of Crimea, which, by the way, has been rated to have the most beautiful women in the world, but that's just another story. But anyway, so he's protecting his people, okay? That's all. In Crimea, he's not going over there and killing people and massacring freaking Jews and shit like that. No, absolutely not. Our news is so completely ass backwards. It's the lie. I can't even watch it anymore. It's just I've been watching the World Cup. I think it's really interesting to watch what's going on, and how us as Americans take so much for granted. Just amazing. Look at our country. We just got kicked out of the World Cup. But, hey, we made it a few rounds. Well, first round, anyway. The thing is, we need to wake up. Our country, we're the ones behind the times. These people in Europe, and I was getting ready to tell one angry Jew, is that the thing is, in Europe, they will blur out your license plate number. They'll blur out your face on Google Maps, okay? In the United States, okay, they will not blur out your license plate number. They will not blur out your face. They will, you can look up anything on Google and get true identity of whoever you want to find. But inside of Europe, okay, if a website has your information on it and you tell Google or Facebook or whoever to take me off, they get fined, and they don't do it. They get fined $1 million a day per person. So think about it. Go Europe, go. How come we're the superpower?
Bill?
Well, the European Union does, obviously. They need it. So you think it's okay, Jew, that your personal information can be out there at any time, anywhere, and you can complain to Facebook and they won't take shit down? They won't do anything about it? You think it's okay?
No. The problem is there's so many places that your information is available. You don't even know where to look.
Right, but it's simple.
There's no list.
If you got an $8 billion, okay, you got an okay, if you have a $10 billion corporation or whatever they're worth now, more than that, you're telling me they can't hire a bunch of tech guys to go in there and scour? Look, if I can scour the web, with email harvesting things that they say, if I can do that kind of technology, why the hell can't Google do a little robot search of the whole entire everything on their search engine? Come on, bullshit.
Well, they can.
Or Facebook. I know they can, but they don't. Why? Okay, what happened with Elliot Rogers? Remember Elliot Rogers? The guy that went out and shot a bunch of people. You know what I'm talking about, Debbie. Elliot Rogers. That crazy bitch.
A man who should have been taken on a junket to Thailand with Mr. Midnight Movie.
Yeah, the kid that... Don't call that guy a man. The kid that... wasn't he a son of the director of American Psycho or something?
He was a son of a bitch, Bill, but he was mentally ill.
Who gives a shit if he's mentally ill? The point is, he was on Facebook for fucking months telling everybody what he's going to do.
But that's what always happens. They always say it, and they always act, and the family knows.
But they don't do anything about it. So,
right,
okay.
Nobody does anything. I understand
So let's talk about why. So next story on. So whose face do you think? Well, hold on a second. First, okay, whose face do you think was on that Facebook memorial page along with that sick fuck that went out and shot a bunch of girls?
I'm guessing yours.
Mine. Yes, mine. Right. So I was on that Wild Goose, that drunk son of a bitch, and Pimp Hat, that scummy Russell mother. Anyway, they make this little memorial page, and there's my face on there with this bloody killer, okay? And they wouldn't, and Facebook would not take down that page because it didn't violate community standards. And Google wouldn't either. So the thing is why don't they? Because you know why? Because 90% of both companies' income comes from advertising. So every time you view that, okay, you're giving them money. You get it? That's the whole thing. Everything comes down to money in this country. Money, 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 money. And if you tried to complain, so this thing was on, this website got put on USA, what's that website? Newspaper, USA Today, is that right? So here's my fucking face next to some killer, okay, thanks to these cyberbully internet trolls. And I say, take that shit down. It's not me. I have no idea who these people are. Oh, it doesn't violate community standards. Well, what violates community standards then, I guess, huh?
Yeah, I'm not...
I mean, it's a real issue, Jude. You know,
any of that. I'm not disputing any of that. Yeah, of course. Oh, I'm doxxed every couple of months, Bill. Sometimes.
So what's the answer? Have you ever had Child Protective Services at your door?
No, but like Debbie, I've had conversations with the local constabularies. So
You're very lucky.
They're very well aware.
But it doesn't matter, okay, by law. Okay, once the cops are called, they're coming. Because they don't know if it's a joke or not. You can think of them, they know all you want to.
They do where we are. We had sit-down meetings with them and through Vic, and they know exactly when something comes in. They call back.
Wouldn't dare them, though.
I'm saying they call back to our phones and verify.
And that's what they should do.
Yeah, and then let's say I call 911 and say, help, something's going on, and they see that it's flagged for SWAT. They know to turn right around and call 2 or 3 phones to verify, whatever's going on, and then they'll come or whatever. You know what I mean?
But don't you think there's an easier answer to this, is all I'm trying to say, is there's an easy answer to fix these issues. I mean... What would be the easy answer? There's a lot of easy answers. I mean, Google has billions of dollars, Angry Jew. Billions in the BBBs. So, bro.
Yeah, they're also hooked in with the government. I know that.
They work with QTEL. QUETEL, CIA. Yes, I know. That's absolutely true. Look, man, years ago I would have never, and you know me, Angry Jew, I've never been a conspiracy guy. I've always said, fuck that. Nope, it's not a conspiracy.
I'm working on it, little by little.
But, right, have I always said, that's bullshit. No conspiracy. There's no conspiracy out there. But you know what? There is. There is absolutely a conspiracy out there. And every single one of you people are freaking part of it. And you could all be a victim. So, Debbie, tell them about what happened to you. So, Debbie is targeted by these people. Okay? For whatever reason, they don't like her. Or, who cares why? It doesn't matter why. It's not good to do this to anybody. So she gets the SWAT team sent to her house twice. Debbie, tell them.
Most recently?
Please.
Most recently?
Yeah, tell us about the both incidents recently. Yeah.
Yeah, they just called the local police department on 2 different houses that we own, and they reported that there was somebody in the house that they knew had committed suicide, and that they were alone in the house, and that somebody needed to get in there and get to them. And when they showed up at the door, it was like, what? And the officers laughed it off. and it was over and done with. And when they did it to my daughter's house, there's a renter there, and the renter let them in and let them walk around throughout the rooms, and they saw that there was nothing going on. They said, excuse the intrusion, and they called Vic and I the next day and reported it, and Victor went straight to that police department too. So,
but now think about this, Debbie. Okay, what if those same police those seem like very polite police officers?
The what ifs are just ridiculous, Bill. The what ifs. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's the most dangerous thing you can do to somebody.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Somebody could get killed. Somebody could get killed on a SWAT. Somebody could get killed. Absolutely. Because like I said, if you get a jumpy rookie that's ready to play cops and robbers, and he's got that 9mm drawn when that door opens and he sees a little girl, boom. If he sees a young mother or a young father sitting there playing cops and robbers with their child, and they're holding a gun in their hand or whatever, they're going to shoot to kill. I mean, it's crazy what they do. Mm-hmm. Welcome, exactly. Black Manhood Lessons. That's an interesting name. I don't know what.
I think the Skype assholes are in the room.
In Bonetta and Empty Head Radio, Goofy Too.
I think it's getting time for them to be quitting their job. I don't think they're going to be in any of the chat rooms at this time.
And Bill, they don't even have their website anymore. The SkypeAssholes.com is gone.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's been gone for a while now. Yeah.
I didn't even know that until.
This guy that founded that website, he why do I know much about Crimea? Huh, that's why, because the guy that controlled their website is in your brain.
Crimea, like Crimea. Like Crimea River?
Yeah, exactly. Crimea, Russia. Now.
Welcome, Illuminati. And
the
Boo 714.
The Skype Assholes main guy. You remember Jane Dormer, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Do I remember Jane Dormer?
Of
Hold
course.
on a second. I got to do some housekeeping. Area code 661 from Skype. You're on the air with all of us. What's going on? Hold on.
There we are. We're back. We're always listening.
Oh, they are.
Don't you worry.
Area code 678. You're on the air with Debbie.
You are not always you
always listener.
Hold on, everybody. Area code 678.
Hey, how are you? This is Stu. Thank you for inviting me.
Who's that?
Well, you're welcome. Welcome to the show. I'm Debbie. What's going on tonight?
No, I just really agree with a few topics. I'm going to listen to everybody else, but where I do agree at is the very last thing you said was very poignant in that it appears that people in authority are a little insecure to a degree. Not all of them, of course, but this whole power-hungry thing that some people do is very odd.
Okay,
all right, assholes. How many of you are there?
No, they're on hold. Okay, so, repeat that, please, 678. You said that people in authority what?
Some people in authority are very insecure, and to your latter point, they take it out on others. But it's really our fault. We don't. We're the way we vote and stuff now. We kind of make
all of it's our fault. We're lazy. We're becoming lazy in this country.
You're right. No, you're right. Well, I saw Saturday Night Live did a bit last week called "What If He," and it was about Barack Obama, and they had these African Americans on a game show that's called "What If He," and they said if he did this and that, would you still vote for him? And everyone said sure, we'd still vote for him. So it's our fault. It's our fault.
Absolutely our fault.
I am going to bring on a group of men called the Skype Assholes. They are rowdy. They talk to each other. I've got somebody making some noise. I'm going to put 678 back on hold while he listens. Okay. I'm going to bring them on, and it can be very confusing, and it can get ugly. So here we go.
One of them passed away, so we know.
Yes,
the one,
it was Hippie.
Hippie, yeah, this lady Hippie.
Very sad.
Used to come in all the time, and always would interrupt the show, obviously. Always.
So with their two favorite people in the world, Bill Waggoner and the One Angry Jew, boys and girls, without further ado, it's the Skype Assholes.
But you're going to tell me that...
Well, I'm controlling. Good evening.
Hello. Hello, Deputy.
Say Bedward, Deputy. You haven't talked to me in a while now.
Deputy,
we didn't address you. Yeah, we got Rex in here from Bangladesh.
You got nothing.
To the One-Eyed Jew and Bill Waggoner. Hey, Rex.
Two of your most favorite.
Now he's from Bangladesh.
One-Eyed.
money than you, One-Eye, and he lives in Bangladesh.
Jew,
What are you talking about?
let
Who
them
lives
talk.
in Bangladesh?
Jew, they might be coming bearing. Now hush and let them talk.
We got a
Well,
mother
point.
session here that got more money than you, and he makes $3 a day. Listening to us. At least he makes money, doesn't receive it. Now, how's life there, Jew?
That was a fake laugh, Snake, and you know it.
Yes, it was.
That
Very
was
fake
fake.
You getting rich in this market, Jew?
Which market is
Everybody
that?
doesn't know One Angry Jew and the Skype assholes don't get along so well.
They don't get along at all. They do not get along. They can't stand him.
There's a secret history we don't know about. I don't know what it is.
But I enjoy that.
It's once
we just don't like 50-year-old mommy's boys, that's all.
Yeah,
I enjoy you guys. I think you guys are great.
America's getting rich,
Debbie,
Jew.
ask them
Yeah.
why do they call him? Why do you guys call him One Eye? I mean, I'm curious about that.
I don't know.
Well, he's
Instead of One Angry Jew, it's one.
Okay, no, One Eye. Where it comes from is, you know, they refer to a male's penis as a one eye, the one-eyed wonder worm. Well, he's the one-eyed Jew.
You got a black one-eyed Alabama blacksmith. Okay? You know what I know there, Wags? But, hey, the stock market, Debbie, hit an all-time high today. America's rich again.
Yes,
40% of people who have skin in the game are sitting on piles and shit piles of money. GM released numbers today. They've never sold any more cars since 2007, even though they have defective conditions. And everybody's cranking, man. Home Depot's jammed. The malls are jammed.
All the stores are gearing up for bigger and bigger TVs now. People are buying 70-inch TVs like they're going up.
Thank you.
Right?
Thank
Yeah, I
you.
new iPhones coming out. So what more
What's the
could you ask?
countdown for?
I just bought the damn 5S.
Now, this you can't participate in this conversation. You just sit there and be poor.
What's the countdown for? What is that?
Well,
You pick the fight,
be
pal.
the other half, too, right? The one without skin in the game.
You know.
The one that's watching life go by. The one who will raise about four.
Yes, I was vaping on air.
Are you vape? Really?
Now, what do you have any Rex? Rex.
And we know we don't pity you, Jew. No.
Yeah, Rex. This guy from Bangladesh. Say hello to him there, Debbie. His name is Rex Amin.
His name is Rex and he's from Bangladesh.
No,
Which country's wrong?
it's my vape.
Fuck, he's better
Here
educated
it is.
than you, man. It's not that.
It's my vape thing, my little
He's
cigarette.
got stage fright, so all that Rex do there.
You got stage fright. It's Bangladesh.
I've heard that before, yeah.
He's
Hey,
never talked.
World famous Debi Daly show. There's got to be at least 12 people listening, right?
Hell no. This guy never even heard about
More than
inside jobs, man. We had to
Snake.
tell him about the inside
Tell me
9/11.
about the refrigerators. I've always been fascinated.
Yeah, we know you don't know about
Snake.
I'm going to start picking some people up now. Hush. Snake, are you vaping by any chance?
Doing what?
Are you vaping?
Vape. Debbie,
Oh,
vaping
no,
is
no, I don't
that.
vape.
Oh,
Cigarette
No.
vape?
e-cig. I said
I'm
e-cig.
smoking pot.
No, not pot, not weed. Vaping the
Oh, no, I'm smoking real cigarettes still.
Oh, you need to do this.
But
It's
I'm
really
switching. I know.
Weird.
Very but I like cigarettes.
I don't
Waggoner.
trust it, man. I smoke
It's
cigarettes.
really
I don't trust that.
I don't know.
There's only
Propylene glycol.
4,000 chemicals in a cigarette smoke, so that's all right.
And there's only 2 in the electric cigarette.
What's your new
Then we
job
know.
you got? I heard you got a
Stop
job.
picking on my guest, the Jew. He's a friend of mine.
Right.
So, oh, be nice.
Okay,
I enjoy these guys. Always have.
Yeah, can't you guys kumbaya like you used to, kumbaya?
And let's see if he picks up. This guy's from Iran.
Where's Mrs. Confusion?
Yeah.
Iran.
Oh, yeah, we need to talk about Iran.
You don't even know where Iran is on the map. Come on.
Well, but
Talk to Iranians every day, Jew.
every day there, buddy. Waggoner, tell him we talk to Babek right out of Iran every day.
Iran, yeah.
Why don't you just call
right
it people
into the
that
Gaza
in
Strip,
Australia?
man.
It'd be a better use of your
Directly
time.
into the Gaza Strip, man.
Hey, we're gonna have another. You wanna have another
yeah,
go
we'll have
with
another
the
conversation
debate?
I'm gonna
with you
end this.
on,
I'm gonna end this call, guys. This is crazy. Stop
You guys
it.
can't we
Right.
need to talk
Right.
together
It's
instead of
just
at each
crazy.
other.
It is crazy.
Let's have another
Right.
go at that debate, Snake.
Deputy's awesome to talk to.
Well,
don't let us interrupt you.
Full of
What are you guys
information.
talking about?
Go for 2 out of 3.
Conversation kind of.
We were talking about BWC. We're talking about cyberbullying. We're talking about the invasion of your privacy. We're talking about what's really going on in the world and how Greece, with how they're handling their illegal alien problem versus how we're being a bunch of pussies.
Bill, there's going to be 1 million Arab refugees here in 2 years. Now, you better start planning ahead for them because
I'm not going to be here.
Apart, all right?
I was reading in the news that Italy has received over
Let him talk,
50,000 immigrants coming in from Tunisia, Morocco, Northern Africa, Libya, and they're asking the EU to absorb more of these people because as a small country they can't afford it. So we're not only going through the immigration crisis, but it's happening all over Caucasian and white Europe. So there's problems galore worldwide.
Yeah, it's
you know,
the
it's
migration of the brown men to the white man
it
territory.
sure is.
That's it. Going west,
You know, I
young
could care
men
less
go
if someone's
west,
black
but they're
or
brown.
white.
Hold on a second,
Well,
Bill.
Well, if you don't mind, maybe they'll improve his neighborhood.
Who are you talking about? Which one?
What?
They all talk at the same
I can't
time.
hear you. Deputy is very, 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 very full of knowledge. Absolutely.
Deputy has a great radio voice. He's sort of hung up on pissing the bed, but I accept that.
No, he's
That's all
not.
right. He is.
He's a good
I
guy.
think he's pissing the bed. But he's
Say
hung
that,
up on
He's
urine.
a patriot American. He fought in, gosh almighty. Let him say it. He's yeah.
Did
So
any
July
of you
4th
see?
is the
Did any of
Deputy
you
Day.
see the play Urinetown? Because I think Deputy was like
hey,
that.
Jim,
Fantastic.
I have a new. Okay, I tell you what. I have a new slogan.
Fought for his country. What the hell did you do?
And the Jew needs a job.
Here's the new slogan for July 4th. Instead of calling it Independence Day. All right. One angry Jew and everybody. Here's the thing. Instead of calling it July 4th Independence Day, we need to call it July 4th Dependence Day.
Yeah, I really hate July 4th because it's when all these Americans go and pick out their flags that they got stuck in their closet somewhere. They stick them out in their front lawn and they pretend that they're patriotic. It's really disgusting.
Well, look at you.
Absolutely. Look, Americans just want a way to be lazy more.
Everybody
waves you get an EPD card and you're happy.
Hold on a second.
Right,
everybody
you
waves the
yourself
flag,
American.
and yet the country's going nowhere. Yeah.
Well,
no thanks to you, Jew.
all that welfare you've collected, how well worked like a bridge.
Well,
okay? Painting a highway.
The issue you guys have with him is that to see, I mean, it's not really business, but do you?
He's one of the dependents that he's
want
talking about.
Right, he's an ignorant person, and he is a dependent of the U.S. government. Yes.
So when I read you, do you receive government subsidies?
Never in my life. Did get unemployment insurance once, but no, Bill.
Well, he's saying no, guys.
Doesn't matter. There's 10 of them saying yes. So
Bill.
just let them go.
What he does, Bill.
Yeah.
Oh, God, one thing I will say about him, guys, one angry Jew has always been with me very honest and straightforward. I don't agree with some of the crazy shit he comes up about 9/11, but I do like him, and he does tell the truth.
But remember, Bill, I did win the debate between Snake and myself. If Snake wants to go 2 for 3, I'm all in.
Yeah, that's because you declared yourself a winner right on the first sentence, and that was
you
it.
You broke the rules, man.
Yeah.
Come on. You broke the rules. You agreed to the rules prior.
I don't see why you guys don't get along, honestly. You guys think quite a bit alike.
I like him. I like him. Yeah.
Tell us what your favorite subject for debate would be.
Yeah,
what would you want to debate on?
You get off Alex Jones. Now, what would it be?
Would you like to debate?
Photography in Thailand.
Let me tell you, I've been listening to Michael to learn something. I listen to Michael Savage.
Mom 101, stay at home with Mom. How to redecorate?
I listen to Michael Savage. I'm enjoying Mark Levin.
You're the blog talk radio personality.
Yeah.
Well, we all know, everybody knows that the economy of the United States is in shit. Everybody knows this.
Yeah.
I mean, it isn't like it's. That's why I like Greece. That's why I like Greece, guys, because the thing is look, it's at an all-time high. People that are 29 years old that are living with their mom and dad. They're living in their basements. 19-year-olds, 18-year-olds, 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds, and it isn't necessarily their fault.
Where do you think Jude's
It's
kid can end up someday, man? Right
his
there where
kid will be very smart. You don't know. His kid will be a good
kid. Are you worried about my child?
Oh,
what
God,
are you, a pedophile?
Come on, leave the kids out
I'm
of it.
worried about my
Well,
child.
now, Wagner, you said your picture made your cover Newsweek?
I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, hold on a second.
What's talking?
Nobody's talking about your grandchildren.
I'll tell you where you're
talking about my
No, stop bringing up kids. That's a very personal thing to ever do.
Well, you know, wow.
He loves his son. He loves his son. He's everywhere with his son.
House, his mom's house for the rest of his life. Someday,
well, there might be a reason we don't know, about this stuff. But one thing about One Angry Jew is he's a good dad. He's a good father. He spends a lot of time with his son all the time. I've seen it. I've heard it.
All the time with his son. All the time.
So I am good. Hey, that's a good thing.
Why are you concerned, Snake? I'm curious. What, you got some kind of
pedophilia? We're really not.
What?
In reality,
Go ahead. What were you guys talking about? You were talking about Google and Bill Wagner making the cover of Newsweek?
Bill was
Newsweek,
telling
USA Today, about 50 other fucking things. Yeah.
Bill
all
was
over
telling
the
a
place.
story when you guys jumped in.
They didn't put that picture
guy
of you with Rogers, did they, Bill? No.
Yeah, they did.
I know, I heard you. On Newsweek.
Yeah, with that Elliot Rogers. Yeah, Newsweek, USA Today, all these different places. Yeah. Yep. I'm surprised they didn't not called me, but yeah. I should probably call them. Yeah. Oh yeah. This guy, that Wild Goose dude. Yeah. Just let me see if I can find it. Yeah, it's all over the damn place.
Well, I'd say congratulations, other than that situation there.
Yeah, so who knows? Like if you're walking down the street in some place, some old dude or somebody says, "Oh, I saw you on USA Today" or whatever the hell, and I get shot because of these pricks. Yeah,
Bill, that newspaper's only read by high school kids and people who are forced to stay in a hotel for the night. Okay? And they throw the newspaper away and read the sports section while they're taking a shit and then leaving the fucking bathroom. But don't worry
let's
about
hope so.
Anybody's seen a photograph.
The One Angry Jew has never read a sports section.
It's like the comic books. Now, one eye uses the USA Today. It's free. He knows where it's free.
I like the Bangkok
Post. It's his free copy of that.
I like the Bangkok Post. They write at a 8th grade level.
I don't know why you guys hate each other so much, man. You guys actually are...
Tell us about your portfolio, Warren.
I want to know about your 401k if it's overperforming
I don't hate it,
the S&P 500. And that's what I want to know. And are you intending on retiring strictly off a Social Security check, supplemental Social Security check that it was set up for Social Security?
You did sign up for Obamacare, didn't you, Jude?
Yeah, you got your health care now, right? I mean, you had the free.
Are you telling me or asking me?
Bronze plan, right? I guess the bronze plan isn't too bad, is it, Jude?
Did you sign up for Obamacare?
No, Bill.
I didn't either. I don't even know what the hell it is. Can't figure it out. I have no idea.
Here's the deal. I say this all over. I say this all over talk radio. There's apparently you can't buy insurance if you're in New Jersey. You can't buy it from Delaware. If you're in Delaware, you can't buy it from Arkansas. Right? So you go and you call insurance company, they won't sell it to you. But here's the thing. But nobody knows, or they don't seem to care. I tell them on talk radio all the time. You can go to England and buy insurance. You can go to New Zealand and buy insurance. It's less money. It's better coverage.
Let's get one in here to verify
no
this.
bullshit.
All right, here's DeJohn. We're going to have him verify.
What is he, mustard? Is that mustard? Who is that, a person or mustard?
Dijon's the English guy.
A person or mustard? Come on now.
And he was telling that's the way it is.
Your low-grade information there,
Who is this?
You just spewed off extremely low-grade information, and you believe people are going to believe it.
Dijon's the guy. Debbie knows him.
Yeah, right.
Debbie knows
he
Dijon
just
well.
told you lies there, Bill. He
That's
just told you about 4 lies. He can't prove any of it, and he just heard it on the internet type shit.
Well, first, why would I want to prove it to you?
He just made it up to cover his ass to get off the subject.
He was just the kind of scourge you were talking about.
Yeah, because he's on it and he's trying to be.
All right, what are Dijon's qualifications, if I may ask?
Dijon's an Australian. He's a rude dude. He's,
yes.
Other than he lives calls you on Skype. What are his qualifications?
Now, Rex over in Bangladesh, you probably go to Bangladesh and buy it cheap.
Yeah, you could buy insurance.
You would get it over there. You'd qualify.
So what? So in other words, you're saying that. So you're saying that the Obamacare situation is making it possible to get health care from anywhere around the world at a competitive price.
No, it's possible before Obamacare. It doesn't make any difference.
No, he's lying.
If you were going to get insurance, you could go to Lloyd's of London. You remember Lloyd's of London.
You're selling flaws right now. Stop.
I know. They can only be muted, and you got to mute them because they never stop talking. There's too many of them. You remember Lloyd's of London? People get insured by Lloyd's of London. People in America get insured by Lloyd's of London. Where do you think that
They don't get health insurance through Lloyd's of London.
Of course they do.
They might. I don't know if Lloyd's of London offers health insurance.
No, they don't.
Hey, Wagner.
Well, I didn't say they did. Who are you?
He's in the UK, and what he's
Who are
saying
you, strange voice to me?
You said that you could get health insurance and buy it through Britain or New Zealand or Australia.
I said you could
can't do that.
Companies. Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
Show me a law that prohibits it. Show me a law that prohibits it.
1 second. I'm going to turn the show over to you because Heather needs me.
Okay.
There's a lot.
I have no way to control it.
Healthcare in Britain is free. You don't go and buy healthcare in Britain. Every British subject gets their health care free.
No,
what the hell are you talking about?
I don't know who you are, but
what are you talking about? You don't know what you're talking about. That's what the problem is.
Guys,
important.
I didn't say that. I didn't say.
Lord have mercy.
I think they will party on that.
Jesus would not agree.
To me, and yes,
it'll just be you.
Healthcare in the UK.
Okay, hold on a second. Okay, please. Hey, yo. Debbie needs to say something.
You don't buy health care in the UK. It's free.
Debbie, Thunder.
How could you go? Just a minute, Phil. I'm an idiot to verify where you get the information is that you can buy health care. If you're an American, you can buy
insurance companies that sell health insurance.
I put them on hold. Jew, hang on, please.
Now, let me answer that question because apparently they don't.
Jew, hold on a second. Thank you, babies. I need to go right now. Heather needs me, so I'm going to turn the show over to Heather. Okay?
No, to Bill.
Excuse me, to Bill.
Hello.
Okay, I'll be back in a little while. And here are the Skype assholes back, and a new Skype caller is going to come on starting right now. Hello, Skype caller. Now I'm going to go off.
All right.
Skype caller, what's going on?
Wait.
Skype assholes.
Listening, and there's not enough people talking on the show.
Oh my God, yakety, yak, never.
There's not enough people talking on the show, and I just wanted to add to the conversation.
I don't have control of the switchboard, brother, or it'd be different.
All right, Beasley, can you do a good yell and shut these people up? They never shut up. They just fuck up.
Falcon, we're going to operate.
Who is this? The Brown Beastie? Who they got on there?
What I said
I don't think Snake really has a stock portfolio. I don't think Snake has a stock portfolio. I think he's just blowing smoke out of his ass.
He blows a lot of stuff out of his ass. That's true.
What is wrong with that?
Oh, is this the Blog Talk crew ganging up in you?
Here, Beasley, here's what I think. I think you're black. I think your ass is black. I think your eyes are brown. How about that? Okay? How about that, buddy? And I think you drive an old GM car, rear-wheel drive, okay? And I think you have a custom paint job and wheels on that, okay?
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, it's called Krylon.
How about that?
I would like to know why we're getting on the subject of one IQ coming out with low-grade information, and all of a sudden everybody's trying to cover it up, that he was just out and out lying.
Because in the Skype chat room, you can't do
You're a woman that smokes too much.
Everybody's acting like Doobie-Doo right now.
Tell me something,
Come on,
Bill.
man.
Why can somebody come out and out lie when they're on this program? with information.
The internet. What the fuck are you supposed
and you
to
just
do?
cover it up and you
I have
carry
no
on.
control over any switchboard or anything. So
I know, Bill. You're not paying attention, madam. That's the problem. Don't call it out and out.
Don't call me madam, you goddamn friggin' idiot. You out and out lie. You cannot buy health insurance in Britain. Health insurance in Britain is free. Period.
Can I ask?
As well as New Zealand and Australia. So what you were saying was an out and out lie, and you're trying to make people believe what you're saying, and that's a fucking lie.
Stupid? Are you that fucking stupid, really?
What?
Because you don't.
No, you have not heard stupid. Trust me.
Well, this woman's kind of stupid.
Well, hold on, Snake.
There's nothing stupid about me at all. You're the one that's stupid.
Snake, is that your wife or your sister or both?
Probably all three. The woman's stupid.
Why do you guys, One Angry Jew and the Skype asshole group, you guys cannot get the fuck along? What's the problem? What is the deal?
Bill,
first, let's go to you. What is it?
They're really just here to obfuscate. That's what they are. But if the stupid woman had shut up long enough, I would have said I wasn't buying UK health insurance.
She's really intelligent. She's very intelligent.
I was buying insurance from a company in the UK. There's a difference.
Let me clarify with Thunder, though, okay? Listen, if she's yelling at you, there's a reason, and she doesn't just yell at anybody.
She's obviously stupid, Bill. That's why she's yelling.
No, she's not stupid. She's very, very smart.
She must be very ignorant. She must be.
I think she knows you. She has to know
probably
you. Thunder, do you know one angry Jew?
I don't know who that is, Bill, but she's probably on her period, and that's probably what part of the problem.
That's not nice. Come on.
Well, the woman's menstruating, and I'm sure she's a little bit scattered. That happens.
She called him a fucking one-eyed Jew. He doesn't have to be nice to her. She crossed the line.
Yeah, that's true, Bill.
Well, there might be something that we don't know about now.
You gotta call the game fair, Bill. No white knight.
I'm trying to call the game fair without any fucking tools, man.
Bill, here's
I have no tools,
very
man.
Simple. There are private companies in the UK selling health insurance. It has nothing to do with the health insurance that you can.
It makes sense. I mean, why couldn't you call a company in the UK and get insurance?
It's not that hard of a concept.
If you're an expat, you
just got to be licensed, right, in each state.
No, it doesn't. No, you don't have to be licensed in each state. Look, what does a health insurance company do? They say if you get sick, we will pay your bills according to the agreement between us, according to the contract that you sign. The company, I have health insurance from a company in England. It's actually a New Zealand company, but they have offices in England. It's the same company I used when I was in Thailand. So in order for me to have continuity and not have pre-existing conditions, not only did I stay with the same company, but it cost me a lot more money to get them to cover me in the United States. The United States is the most expensive market in the world.
Well,
my health insurance in Thailand, Bill, was dirt cheap, and it was good.
And in Thailand too, I think as well. There's a lot of benefits of having health care in Thailand.
But I could have gone to any country I wanted. I could have gone to Germany and gotten health care, and they would have paid for it. It's all a matter. See, the idiot woman, I know she's gone, but the idiot woman automatically assumed that I was talking about the free health care that the Brits get. I'm not talking about that. First of all, that's not afforded to me, and you can't. You think you can buy it. My cousin has a house in London, and he paid for it. I don't think it was given to him for free, but he paid for health insurance. So if he went to a clinic, he had to pay a certain amount of money. But that's the British system. There's also a private system where you've got private doctors because not everybody uses the British system over there. Mm-hmm. However, the company, what is the difference if a company in Delaware pays my health insurance bill or my hospital bill, or if a company out of New Zealand pays it? Does it make any difference? It's paid in dollars.
I don't see why it would make a difference.
You think the hospital in the United States?
I know that mortgage people couldn't, go. You have to be, licensed in one state, or like a realtor could be in one state. Things like that. You got to go state by state. But
if you call a company in England or New Zealand or Australia, I could call Australia and get health insurance. If you call them, they're just going to run by the laws in England or Australia. Look, when I first approached them to get coverage, I had already had coverage for the United States. But since I was staying here longer than the rider covered, I had to convince them to rewrite the policy so that I had coverage in the United States permanently for as long as I wanted. And they said, no, we can't do that. And I said, well, why can't you do that? And they quoted me a law in the United States. And I took the compliance officer over there. I said, well, which law are you talking about? And he gave me the code, and I looked it up, and I said to him, did you ever read this? And he says, no. I said, well, let me read you what it says. And essentially, I don't remember exactly which one it was, but what it said was that Congress shall not get involved in health insurance matters between the states. I said, where are you? He says, England. I said, what do you give a shit what U.S. law is? He says, well, I guess we don't. I said, right. I said, are you under U.S. law? No. I said, so sell me the policy. And he said, okay. And that's how it worked out. I don't know what
was so hard for that lady to understand. She wasn't listening.
She's stupid, and she's on a period bill.
AIG is the biggest insurance concern in the world. And it's based in New York, but they have offices all over the world, and they do business worldwide.
That's right. But you know what? People not grasp that thought for some reason.
And I don't think those people are that smart.
No, they're not. The woman who was yelling... Well, here's the thing, though, Beasley. This is how
it's hard to hear on...
some people are just trolls and just disagree without having any footing, any substantive back with facts. There's trolls out there that do that.
That's what the Skype
They're not trolls.
Yeah, they are. They are.
I'm not saying they are. I'm just saying that there are trolls out there.
Oh,
the Skype asshole will obfuscate. And the problem is that you're not just arguing with one of them. You're arguing with 10 of them. And when I had my debate with Snake, the rules of the debate was that it was just me and him, nobody else on the line. Well, he broke those rules because he got so flustered because I was knocking him all over the place that he finally did a tap out like an old Three Stooges thing, and he said and he screamed for Ura, and then Ura magically appeared on the line, and I said, well, okay, you lose, right. You violated the rules, debate over. I win.
Yeah, you can't do a radio show with people yelling at you.
No, I mean, you fight one asshole, and you have to fight all the shit that comes out of it.
Yeah, but I enjoy it because it's like it's sharp.
I don't know why you guys don't, why they hate you so bad.
You ever seen the chess master who's playing 40 people in a room, walking from one place to another? That's why I look at the Skype assholes. Except they play checkers, but that's all right. And the woman was definitely on her period. Come on, she's probably overflowing into her pants.
You got to know her, sure. She would not go after you unless...
Oh, no.
I've talked to her numerous times.
That's what they do. Bill, she was told what to do by Snake.
Well, maybe. I don't know.
She was given orders.
I'm not behind the computer.
If Snake does so well in the stock market, how come he doesn't get each of them their own phone line?
Because I believe they're sitting in an office somewhere in Washington or Virginia, probably Virginia, and this is a job. I believe this is their job.
Well,
I think they're all sitting across from. I believe they're all sitting across from each other with a very, very good conferencing system, and they are passing notes and looking things up on the internet. One's got information. They are a leviathan when it comes to obfuscation. That's what they do. And they hate me because they can't rattle me for shit. I knock them all over the place every single time. I enjoy it, Bill. I like it.
I noticed.
Hold on. So you mean to tell me I do this shit for free and there's people getting paid for it?
You will have that discussion. Yeah, I believe they're getting paid.
Absolutely.
That fucking
I believe they're paid.
That's what's. Yeah, well, that's.
I believe
what I was
that their
telling
job
the other night.
has been years to go around BTR. They'll certainly appear anywhere Bill appears. They'll certainly appear wherever I appear. And if the discussion is about 9/11 or any of the Mara Federal Building, any of that stuff, they will come on and they will just put out nonsense. But the thing is, they'll just say it over and over again. It'll not stop. But I love it. I love those guys. I wouldn't want them to disappear. That's why I called out for them. I put out the little Batman.
I like you know, like
they
anybody.
appeared just like the Candyman. You didn't even say their names 3 times.
Exactly.
I told them that we were on the air. So.
Okay,
but they find out one way or another. They got people listening. They find out one way or another. They listen to the shows. You don't know.
I think you're giving too much credit there, right there.
No, I don't think so, Bill.
Instead of a bat,
maybe a little bit.
Like they flash like a Star David out in the sky.
Something like that, yeah.
Gotcha.
Star David. You know, I did notice. I don't know if you've seen that movie, The Son of God, or not. Any of you guys?
I have not. No.
Well, it's interesting. A great
I don't have
movie.
a television, Bill.
You don't have a television, eh?
Well, I have a television. I don't have a box. I don't watch TV. I'm able to see so much on Hulu, on Amazon, on Netflix, and I also have another thing called Big Movies or Big something or other that's got some really good independent stuff on it. I don't have a need for live television. It just never bothered getting the box put to the TV. I've got a Roku box attached to the television, right? And so I can watch what I want, but I can watch in other words, I like watching 24. There's another one called Salem. I think it's out of England. I watched that. I think that's on FX. And I watched the entire series of The Bridge, but not The Bridge. I had this discussion with a friend of mine the other night at a Starbucks. I kept telling him that I watched The Bridge, and he tells me, yeah, the one where Mexico or something. I said, no, it's Sweden and Denmark. The Bridge. The Bridge it's about two people from two police agencies, one from Mexico, one from the United States. But the original series started in Sweden.
Oh, I see.
There's a bridge between Sweden and Denmark. It's Malmö, I believe, and I forget the city in Denmark. But the story comes from there. So I was telling my friend about, I've already seen 2 seasons of it. I've seen it's a subtitle. So I was telling him the story, and he says, well, that's exactly what they're doing in the whole Mexican thing. I said, right. Except there's no bridge between here and Mexico.
Yeah,
not like that.
Blow it up.
Yeah. So
sick of these illegal aliens, man. They're everywhere, man.
I can watch what I want when I want. 24.
You know, the problem with not watching TV though is that when you don't watch some TV, you miss out on a lot of good news. And
what am I missing out on? I can watch.
Well, no, I'm just saying I've missed
news
out
on the internet.
I mean, like I haven't. No, yeah, well, you can, of course.
But I can watch CBS, ABC.
It's all corporate.
That's what I'm saying
news.
too about the internet. It's coming everywhere. It's what I'm trying to explain too.
It's all corporate news
internet,
on TV,
everything.
Right. I don't need a television.
Even TV's the internet now. It's digital. It's all going.
Phil, I work like you. I've got 3 monitors. The only reason I don't have 4 is I don't have a bigger desk.
I hear you. So you reside in Thailand. When's the last time you've been back there?
It's been a while. The plan is we're going back.
Oh, good. Yeah, I've heard good things. Also, I heard that Malaysia is a pretty cool place as well.
Yeah, Kuala Lumpur is a good place to live. It's a good place to retire. People don't realize that there's a lot of people who are going to retire on Social Security, which really is nothing, and it gives them not even an existence here. But if they move to Thailand, even their Social Security could sustain them quite well over there. They would have a pretty good life.
Yeah, and
much better than
cigarette. Here. You know, in Malaysia, I think it's Malaysia, but a pack of cigarettes is around 30 cents. Like Marlboro and Winston-Salem. What is that? The Camel guys? Winston-Salem? I think so.
Well, I'm part of an investment club. It's a large group of people, and there's one guy who came to the meeting once, and he runs a trucking concern up and down the East Coast. He really wasn't interested in the stuff that we were talking about. What he was interested in was brokering cigarettes. And he brought with him cigarettes that don't have any seals on them. They are manufactured by Philip Morris under a different name for foreign consumption.
And
really? They're dirt cheap. They're really
good. In the United States,
they're made in the you got to buy them. You got to buy them by the pallet. So your investment's around $200,000, but you can turn them around and double your money easily. He was working on.
So you can buy cigarettes for that cheap here in the States?
Yes, but they've got to go offshore.
Hold on. Did you say double your money, Beasley?
No, I said you could double your money easily, but that was.
I'm sorry, I'll go back on mute. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's all right. But he was working on a deal with the Pakistani army. They were going to buy a couple pallets, and this particular guy he knows how to move merchandise. He knows how to move things from one part of the world to the other. That's his business.
Right.
So it could be cigarettes, could be cars, could be.
But I heard Malaysia doesn't even have a law over there of an age that you can. There's no age of when people can start smoking or buy cigarettes, which is kind of cool. I mean, that's
probably right. I don't think I'm just trying to think if Thailand did that. I think if a kid walked in and had money, they'd sell him cigarettes.
Yeah, and over there too, you can buy in Thailand as well. I think you can prescription medications. You can just walk right in.
Yes. Certain prescription medications. You can't buy narcotics. Ambien would be an example, but people used to
You can buy Valium. I was talking to a guy over there. And
buy Valium, Prozac, any.
Valium's a narcotic, though.
Yeah, Bill, I would go. Yes, I agree. Yeah. Well, I'm not sure about Valium. You could buy Prozac, things like that, antidepressants. But for example, if you wanted to buy Ambien, you had to buy that in the hospital, and you needed a doctor's prescription. However, I would walk into the pharmacy and just lean across the counter and say, okay, give me that one, give me that drug, and they would just pull it off the shelf and sell it to me. You didn't need a prescription.
Oh, shit. See, I really believe in our country, man, that, hey, not all, drugs aren't good, but, anyhow.
No, but why do I have to go to a doctor and pay a doctor $100 just so I can get a prescription medication?
Exactly.
Look,
especially
I researched my own medication needs and I switched up the medications when I was over there because I have enough pharmacists that I know. I got an ex-girlfriend that's a pharmacist. I got enough pharmacists that I know that I can call them up and I can discuss what I'm taking and what I should be taking, and I just go in and buy it.
Yeah, you could pretty much.
When I came back here,
my ex-doctor, down here. Well, let me tell you real quick, like you just want to mention what you just said. Every doctor visit I ever have down here in Las Vegas, the doctor, all he does is say, hey, okay, so what's wrong with you? Oh, blah, blah, blah. Well, let's see. He pulls out a little fucking book, a little like a Reader's Digest type thing. And then he looks through like symptoms of shit and goes, oh, okay, well, this looks kind of good. Okay, won't you try this? That's pretty much the way they do things. So what's the big deal?
Well, the problem is you got to pay him.
Well, why not? No, that's what I'm saying. I'm validating your point. I'm saying that's ridiculous. It's bullshit. So why do people...
The pharmacists know better the drugs and what you should take than do anybody else.
A lot more. They're under a lot more scrutiny, too. Who makes more money, a pharmacist or a doctor, a normal doctor?
Well, I make more money than a doctor.
Well, I do, too, but...
let me tell you what. Let me tell you why, though. A lot of the doctors are not are working in their own practices. I have a buddy of mine. He does all my prescriptions. I do all his computer stuff, but he does all my prescriptions. He calls. It's all done electronically anyway now, but he calls in all my prescriptions. I tell him what I need, and he calls it in. So I get my prescriptions taken care of. I don't have to go running around waiting in anybody's office to do it. But
wow.
He's got somebody working.
Is this a friend of yours or that new thing they have called telemedicine?
He's a friend of mine. No, he's a friend of mine. I got several friends who are doctors. So,
so let me ask you this then. Okay, since you know pharmacists and doctors. So why did about 3 or 4 years ago, what happened with Walgreens and CVS, where any type of pain medication or any type of narcotic at all became this like you're a big druggy deal. They also got sued. Walgreens got sued and CVS got sued for a few $1 billion. So why? What? Because they were giving out too much. They said, I think it was Percocets or Oxycontins.
Oh, well, what happens is you've got doctor shopping. So you'll have people, different states every state has different laws. The pharmacists, in order to work in a state, have to pass the pharmacy exam for that particular state. In other words, a pharmacist in New Jersey won't be able to work in New York unless they've also passed the pharmacy test for New York. They've got to know the pharmacy law, and the pharmacy law is just the United States Code, but it's a special section, and they've got to know the state. They've got to know the federal regulations, number one, but they've also got to know the state regulations. And some of the states are doing better at identifying doctor shopping. So you get a guy who goes to a doctor and says, I got back pain. It's really bad. Nothing's ever worked on it. I need Percocet. The doctor will give him hydrocodone, which is Darvocet, which is a lot weaker. And of course, he'll get all pissed off. He wants oxycodone. But the ones that go and they get a prescription from one doctor and then go to a doctor in another town, a lot of times they show up at the same pharmacy, or they'll go to Walmart. And the Walmart computer will know that person bought oxycodone from the Walmart 10 miles down the road.
Right.
The pharmacists, by law, if they believe that they're seeing doctor shopping, are supposed to report it.
Yeah, and President Nixon.
But some states are better than others in identifying that.
Right. Apparently, this.
So you can find documentaries about people in Tennessee who go down to Florida because the laws in Florida are so lax that they've made it easy for doctors to open up. Well, they're trying to tighten that up, and maybe they're trying to tighten that up. And so you've got.
I just don't believe in all the. I just don't believe in this whole government control crap. If somebody needs something or they're on something or whatever the case may be for whatever the reason is, I don't think.
Let me tell you something. You don't want to take oxycodone, which is Percocet. You don't want to take that long term because, for one thing, it does things to you.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Oh yeah, it made Rush Limbaugh go deaf.
And oxycodone is look. When I had surgery long time ago. I had 3 things taken care of by 2 surgeons. Did you hear that?
No.
I had a urologist and I had a general surgeon. I had a hernia. I had something I needed taken care of by the urologist. I scheduled them. Listen to this. Nobody does the shit that I do. I coordinated the 2 surgeons so that the general surgeon could make an incision and fix the hernia. Leaving the incision open, the urologist came in when the general surgeon was done.
Oh.
He took care of the stuff that he needed to do through the same incision.
I need to ask you.
Fixed me, and then he sewed me up. I had 1 surgery, 1 incision, 2 surgeons.
Oh, by the way, are you on Skype?
I am. No,
you have my. Well, a lot of people don't actually. Do you have my Skype name still?
I think I do.
I need to ask you a question off air. It's about something very dad to dad.
Okay.
It's important.
I'm pretty sure I do. Let me just double check.
Bill.Waggoner 7.
What is it?
Bill, BILL.WAGGONER, and the number 7.
Okay. I'll add it.
Thank you. I want to, as Dad the Dad, I need to talk to you about something.
Okay. Yeah, but nobody, I don't know anybody.
Which everybody
Beasley,
will find out later what the hell I'm talking about. That, so.
Beasley will probably agree with me. You never thought of scheduling 2 surgeons at once. Nobody does that. But you know what? They were in the same hospital. They agreed to it. And I saved myself one hospital stay and 2 separate incisions. Why would I want that? It was my idea. I figured that they were both in the same proximity. They could take care of it through one incision. And the urologist agreed. He said where he's going to cut you is exactly where I would have cut you. So it's great going through the same one.
Well,
you gotta manipulate your own health care.
I really wish the country that I would like to go to and live in is a country that leaves my personal freedoms alone, and they keep them themselves, and they don't overregulate everything humanly possible. I think in this country we need freedom. I mean, freedom, absolute freedom. We do not have freedom.
Freedom has been taken away from us.
It's gone. It's history. Bye bye. See ya. The only thing we have right now is freedom to travel. I say travel the fuck out of the United States. I mean,
they're trying to close that up too.
I mean it. To everybody out there right now that has any money out there that can leave the United States, I would say leave the United States, because I'm telling you, the next 3 years are going to be crazy, and you do not want to be here for them. Period.
No, I'm hoping to be out of here by the end of the year. I don't want to be here. I know
I'm out of here in the next couple of months. I'm done. Maybe 2-3 weeks. I'm done. I'm out. Forget this shit, man. There's so much more opportunity all over the world than there is here. That's.
Didn't I always tell you that? And you used to tell me I was crazy.
You did. But I found out. I absolutely found out. I'm sick. I'm absolutely sick of the way this country's
come back when it all comes back.
Yeah, exactly. I can do just as much talk radio. I can support the troops. I can support the United States from wherever I am. I can work from wherever I am. I don't need to be here. I tell you what, in this country, you got kids that are 15 years old addicted to heroin. You got kids that are 12 years old smoking methamphetamines. You got, it's just so disgusting. And then you've got government agencies that are doing nothing but spying on everything you do, jumping in your business, up your ass. Then you've got kids that are 16, 17, 18 years old that can go out there and they're just ruining people's lives, bullying people, having little girls kill themselves. On and on it goes, and no one gives a shit. It's like everybody in the United States just went to sleep and said, well, fuck it. Makes no sense.
No, unfortunately, the country's going to have a lot more problems. It's going to get a lot worse before it gets better.
That's why I said Dependence Day, because it is Dependence Day. And I was just told the other day, I don't know if this is true or not, according to the Skype assholes, this is true, but if somebody files and they get SSI or SSDI, I don't know what even the differences are, even you know, but that they could move, like, say, to the country of Morocco, okay, and then still collect their SSI from the United States.
Yeah, why not?
That makes absolutely no fucking sense.
Why?
Why would you? No, well, think about it. You say, okay, well, I'm going to move to Morocco, okay, an Islamic country. I'm going to live there and not here, and you're getting your SSI, which is disability.
Yeah,
okay?
But your SSI is delivered to a United States bank account, which you take your ATM card in whatever country you're in, and you just take your money out.
So the banks are still making money. I get it. I got it. Okay, because when you put money into the bank, they're trading it, they're putting it on the market, yada, yada, yada. Okay, that makes perfect sense now. I get it. What about EBT? Can you do that with EBT?
Hey, somebody said something. I just walked in. Somebody in the Spreaker chat room said the reason they tightened down the control on pain meds has nothing to do with the safety of people. It's so they can open up a whole new industry in the medical field. Pain management doctors, because doctors are now a dime a dozen. You go to your regular doctor, he figures out what is wrong, and then he sends you to another doctor who is in charge of your pain.
which is a doctor who has no education, a complete moron, and doesn't speak any fucking English. Sorry.
We have
Well, some of the better doctors are foreign doctors.
Shit. Not in this city.
Depends where you are.
People I went to a pain management guy because of the accident, the car accident I was in. This guy is Dr. Lee. Dr. Lee couldn't barely speak no freaking English and Chinese chinkola. And
well, let me tell you something, Bill, that you may not know.
This guy was an asshole. He didn't know shit.
Medicine is taught everywhere in the world in English.
That makes sense. We're, our country we're bullies, man. We are a country of bullies, and we bully the world. We need to stay the hell out of these things. We need to stay out, man. Stay out. We have enough oil now. This is fact. Look it up, everybody. T. Boone Pickens, baby, even though I don't like him.
Well,
we
water
have enough
is
oil. We are the number one.
The new oil, Bill.
Yes, it is.
Let me ask Debbie a question. What happened
but he is. Hold on. T. Boone Pickens, we have enough oil. We don't need to buy oil from the Middle East anymore. At all.
That's probably
Beecher said he hung up. Excuse me, I was eating. Beecher said he hung up on the Skype assholes, did he?
Yeah, he did.
Oh.
Yeah, they're yelling at me saying, "Oh, that lasted long." Well, okay. So, what? Question to the guy in the chat room about the pain medication. Okay, so yeah, I understand the pain doctors, but those doctors aren't real doctors. Those are guys that are just like straight out of.
Philip, they've got an MD after their name. They're a real doctor.
But they're not a real doctor. They're not a primary care.
What is this, double secret probation from Animal House?
Yeah, kind of. They got they got different licenses. You got DOs. You've got all kinds of different types of doctors.
I prefer the DOs.
Yeah, I do too. But the point is so they are. There's a whole new thing, pain clinics. But that's the thing down in Florida. They started closing down all the pain clinics in Florida because of for whatever reason. Why do they care? Why do we go to Afghanistan? That's another reason. Poppy fields, baby. Where do you think all the freaking drugs come from for heroin, opiates, all that crap? And did you know this one angry?
Yeah, but wait a second.
Sears and
Bill,
Roebuck.
The poppy comes from Afghanistan, and that's what our troops are doing. Our troops are guarding the poppy fields.
That's what I just said.
Yeah.
That's what I just said. That and oil.
It's a joke.
It's absolutely a joke. It's a disgusting joke. But the thing is if we're doing that, then why are they closing these pain clinics down in Florida? Why are they doing all this regulatory stuff? Because now, more than ever, people are addicted to heroin.
Well, wait a minute. Did they close them down, or did they tighten up the regulations?
They're closing them down left and right.
That's what I was telling you. In New Jersey, they're very good at recognizing people who are pill shopping. A lot of doctors pill shop, too.
I mean, what the hell is a pill shopping? I mean, I know... You know how much time that would take? I mean,
when you're addicted to oxycodone, you got plenty of time.
I guess. I don't know how that's...
what they do is they go from doctor to doctor to doctor, because what these doctors don't realize, and I can say this because I am not on pain meds. I used to be, but I'm not anymore.
I used to be, too.
What they don't realize is your tolerance level goes
up,
and you need to up the dose, and they don't. They leave you on, like I was given 180 Norcos a month for whatever, and then if your tolerance level went up, luckily I kept mine. I would only allocate myself so many a day or whatever, but some people can't do it. Slipstream just says, because we have so many doctors now, and when they close one of those guys down, it appears that they are doing something about a so-called problem. So I'm going to go back on mute.
So what would the problem be? The problem what? Heath Ledger overdosed because he took every type of benzodiazepam and killed himself? I mean, what is the problem? Whitney Houston, she died too. So, okay. Michael Jackson. So what? We do things
they don't
based
care
on...
about them. They don't care about those people. All they care about is their license. They care about they've got houses and BMWs and Mercedes they're paying for. They don't want to lose that license.
I have a guy that I know down here real well. I'm not going to mention his name. but his good friend's a pain doctor. And this guy is banking hard. I mean, hardcore. I mean, buys a new freaking Ferrari every week. This guy just doesn't give a shit. I mean, man, it's just unbelievable what these guys get. But I still don't see anything wrong with what, if someone needs Norcos, or they need this, or they need that, or they just want it. I don't see what the government's dilemma is in giving people the freedom of choice.
First of all, the government doesn't give you freedom; it takes away freedom.
Yeah,
they
well,
want
allowing
to control.
Right.
They want to control you, is what it's all about. Look, why is it? I've never operated a meth lab. I've never been in a meth lab.
No, me neither. I have no idea. I think I told you that.
So why is it that I can't buy cough medicine over the counter? That I have to buy it from the pharmacist?
Well, money, obviously.
Or control.
Jay,
right.
Please stop saying oxycodone. You're saying it wrong, he says.
There's two types of it. There's oxycodone and there's oxycontin.
Hydrocodone.
It's hydrocodone and oxycontin, isn't it?
No, it's not. It's oxycodone.
There's two types of oxycontin.
This is Bill Waggoner
Oxycodone.
And the One Angry Jew, JT. I'm sorry. Vic and I are monitoring.
There's two. It's kind of like confusing in a way. I started learning about this crap.
Well, why is it confusing? Well, oxycodone is codone and not the lauded, but the pill version of heroin.
Yes, yeah, right. That's exactly what I thought. Yeah, one's like a pill version of heroin, and one an instance, right?
Yeah, you go look. When I had my, that's the reason why I told that story about.
Well, I'm simply saying that.
When I went to the, well, hold on, let me tell the story. So I had two surgeons, one surgery. They went in through the same incision. When I called up my urologist because I got my drugs from him, I asked him to phone in a thing of for oxycodone for me, Percocet, and they said, "Oh no, we can't call that in. We'll give you a script in the hospital." I said, "Well, wait a second. I don't want to go after I just had surgery and go get drugs." I said, "Are you crazy?" I said, "Give me the script now." They said, "Well, that's not the way we do it." I said, "Well, that's not the way I do it." I said, "I'm coming in, write me a script. I'm buying my drugs now, and I'll have it when I'll have it ready for after. Because when I'm done with the surgery, the only thing I want to do is get in bed. I don't want to sit in a freaking CVS waiting for them to dispense drugs. So I did it before my surgery. They told me, "Oh, that's not the way we do it." I don't give a shit how you do it.
Doesn't make it doesn't. It's just I'm saying more and more control, more and more.
Here's
taking
the
our
thing that I don't understand, Bill. I don't know who said that to you. Yeah, they're confused. I just typed in oxycodone into DuckDuckGo, and I've got several hits on it. But here's one that says oxycodone, OxyContin, roxicodone, drug facts and side effects. Maybe this person doesn't realize that in certain parts of the country and parts of the world, drugs are called by different names.
Yeah,
drugs,
they are.
Just a different name.
Tons of different. Yeah, absolutely.
If you go looking for Ambien, for example, if you go looking for Ambien in Thailand, no one's going to know what that is. I'm forgetting the name that they use in Thailand, but they use a completely,
in India too.
They use a completely different name for the drug, unless you know the there's a generic name for drugs, and there is the name for the drug itself, the chemical name. Oxycodone, I believe, is not a generic name. That's the chemical name. Here it is. Oxycodone is a semi-synthetic opioid synthesized from poppy-derived thebaine. It's a narcotic analgesic generally indicated for relief of moderate to severe pain. Well, when you have a hernia surgery, I would imagine it's the same thing if you just had a cesarean section. Yeah, they're cutting through muscle. There's nothing like oxycodone. It does a great job. You take it for 4 or 5 days, and that's all you need.
Mm-hmm. That's the way it's supposed to be done.
But why are people so freaking ignorant? I'm not even looking at Spreaker, but why are people so damn ignorant that instead of they go out and they make a comment, and instead of Googling it themselves, they just put out their own ignorance, only to get slapped down by the Jew. That was a Jew slap, whoever that was.
That's, people are pretty ignorant, man. It's still the way it is. It's all over the place to take it.
Well, I've only had one cup of coffee today. I had a very bad restaurant experience today, Bill. Debbie still there?
Yeah, she's...
Yeah, Dick and I are both here.
I had a very bad restaurant experience today. The air conditioning, the owner of the place turned the air conditioning up to must have been to 78 degrees. I was sweating there eating. I was so pissed off.
Oh, shit. No.
Worse than, listen, if I'm on a beach, I don't mind sweating eating paella. But don't make me sweat eating a hamburger in a pub.
Wow. So is this being cheap, huh?
I don't know. He was in one part of the restaurant, and what I found was one part of the restaurant was cooler than the other. It was still not what I would consider optimum, but he just, that's fine. He was Greek, too, pissing me off, the Greek bastard. Better call me tomorrow, because I called him and complained. I drop enough money weekly in that fucking restaurant. How dare you sweat me out? What is this, like an old World War II flick? I'm not Trevor Howard.
Who's Trevor Howard, man?
Did you ever watch the, what's the bridge over the River Kwai?
I've never seen it, but I've heard about it.
Oh, you got to watch that. Then you'll know all the references I'm making. So, Debbie, why are you so quiet?
Because you guys don't let anybody get a word in.
Oh, come on.
Oh, come on.
As if Beasley
couldn't even answer your question.
Quiet. What's that?
I said I couldn't even answer your question. I'm just sitting here with Vic and listening to you guys, and you can't get a word in.
I'm tired.
Bill and I have always done good radio back in the day.
Interesting. I have said many times I would love to turn this show over to somebody else once, twice, 3 times a week. Take it, have it, run with it. I don't care.
Why not? Bill and I have always done good radio. He rarely agrees with me.
I will stay on mute. I will name it Boy Show, whatever. I don't care. You can even do it on Skype.
Boy Show.
Yeah. Bill rarely agrees with me. He likes to disagree with me.